welcome back to another episode of My Buddy's Backlog, your weekly podcast with three doofuses where we talk about video games and what we're playing and our backlogs. Ryan, how you doing?
Hey, doing pretty good. A little tired today, but we're gonna make it through. Feeling okay. How are you?
I'm not trying to pick on you, but man, you look tired, dog.
I know. I've actually gotten that. I literally stopped to get some beef jerky at the gas station, and the gas station guy was like, "You're working too hard, man." He literally told me to calm down. He said, "We work for the outcome, not the income," or something like that.
You gotta take that to heart, man.
So you know it's bad.
Damn. Gavin, you as tired as Ryan?
No. Happy to say I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to not be as tired as Ryan is right now. We're thinking of you. You're in our hearts. Get your
Thank
shit
you.
together.
Yeah.
It's
But also
coming.
strap in because we got a long episode tonight.
Yeah. So, yeah, Gavin called it. We got a long episode coming your way. This will probably be the longest weekly episode we ever do, potentially. Obviously, it's a game show season with all the reveals. You know, E3 got taken out to pasture and put down many years ago, and old Jeff Keighley's been trying to fill the void with Summer Game Fests, and all the major companies, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, still stepping up to host big showcases to reveal their plans for the remainder of the year and what's to come in the following year. So we're just going to run through essentially every show in the order they happen, and kind of talk through some of the announcements, what we're excited for. We won't get into too many details because obviously as the games get closer, we'll end up bringing them up in the weekly episodes as things we're hyped about. And then we'll skip on our fun little games this week just to save you guys some time. We'll hit the listener mail, and then we'll move into our backlog of the week, which our lovely Gavin is going to bring to us. And it's still a surprise to his two co-hosts. So
It's a game time decision.
yeah,
Looking forward to it.
We'll have plenty to say, I'm sure. We won't be totally fatigued after all of this.
Can I derail us immediately before we go too far?
Yeah, okay, why not?
So Jeff Keighley, he is also the TGA.
Yes.
He hosts that.
Mm-hmm.
Who is he in the industry? Why is he like the host of both of these things?
I think at one point he may have worked for some game companies. I know he was like a traditional games journalist.
Okay.
I think he worked in like print magazine journalism for a
All
bit.
right, fair enough. I'm locked in. We're moving on.
And then there was G4 TV. I think he may have hosted some stuff or done something with that years ago.
Yeah,
right?
I think you're right.
He's like just in all of that space, and he's been around for a long time. So
Nice. Okay.
but yeah. Oddly enough, I only know that his dad passed away like a year ago, and his dad developed like a certain type of like camera or lens style that's used in cinematography to this day.
Interesting.
Fun fact.
So maybe he's kind of a nepo baby too. I don't know. Not coming for you, Keeley, but if your dad is a director,
didn't hear from us.
or something like that. So, all right. So we're gonna kick it off with the Sony State of Play that happened on June 2nd. So right out of the gate, they had told us it was going to be Wolverine was going to get the most amount of time. That ended up being a lie. We'll find out. We'll talk about it later. How that ended up being a lie. But Wolverine right out of the gate, it's another Insomniac romp. So we will talk about that briefly. So none of us here are like super big Marvel superhero-y. I'm just a fucking loser, so I'm probably the most familiar on this too. But
I mean, I was a Marvel guy up and through Endgame, like almost everybody. Not everybody, but a lot of people will say nowadays. But I didn't really watch X-Men.
Have you ever read a comic?
I mean, yeah, but like not. I've never followed a comic. Like I've read a comic probably.
Gavin, where are you at with superheroes in general?
I'm not really a superhero guy. I've liked some of the more cynical takes on the, I don't know, genre, like The Watchmen and stuff like
Kick-Ass.
that. Yeah.
I don't know if this is a compliment or insult. You strike me as a guy that's cool with underwear outside of his pants, though. So you, kidding. That's
something
that's
I'd
also probably my energy.
Big external underwear energy.
I mean, I do have that level of absent-mindedness, so that's fair.
Fair. So, what are you guys thinking about Wolverine? I would love the Marvel Spider-Man games. I do like Wolverine. I like that it's a single-player game, kind of more level-based, area-based, if you will. I also like that they are going clearly for the more like mature. It is going to be like kind of graphic and brutal. There's an option to turn it off, though.
Did you guys watch that trailer? Like the gameplay 7 minutes or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah.
Like, that was
pretty hardcore.
very gory. Yeah, I mean, where I'm at is I don't really care, honestly, about it very much. I liked the idea of the Spider-Man games, and I was meant to come back around and play them, but I never did. And Wolverine I care about even less than Spider-Man, like as an IP, so it's tough for me. But the trailer was cool. Good graphics, good. I mean, the gore was like, that's how a Wolverine game should be, I would think. But
Yeah, we at least all know that like he's just kind of a fucking brutal killer. I think the only person maybe that kills more than him is the Punisher, right? So
yeah.
As someone we look at as more of a hero. But anyways, yeah, looks cool. So
but that yellow suit though, man, there's just something uncanny about a guy stabbing people with his fists in a bright neon yellow suit. Like, I don't know. I saw that Logan movie a few years ago, and that I could almost kind of get behind because like this is just a regular disgruntled dude with powers.
Yeah.
But the whole like wearing the mask and superhero getup, I don't get it.
It's a weird suit. I thought the same thing watching that trailer
right?
when he was like hustling through the street to go kill his next person. And I was like, this is terrifying.
Yeah, like there are some people mad because he's only like, I think he's like 5'2" canonically.
Is he really?
Like he's a very short dude in the comics or some shit. He may even be shorter than that. And then two, I always thought that yellow suit came from him joining the X-Men, but they've said the X-Men don't exist in this universe. So how does he have the yellow suit? But that is his most iconic suit from comics, from the cartoons that would have been popping off when we were kids. Like, so I totally get that. And they'll probably do exactly like what they did with Spider-Man, where there'll be so many costumes, you'll be overwhelmed right out of the gate on picking what you want.
Yeah,
you know, fashion Spider-Man.
sense.
It's like trying to take a note from Dark Souls, I guess. Fashion Souls, right? We're not going to hit every game because there's some stuff that just aren't our flavor, and there's enough to cover. The next thing... Rayman Legends Retold, October 1st. This is more for Maddie. We've talked about Rayman slightly, but I think Rayman Legends is in the top 5 greatest platformers to ever exist. Biggest thing to keep in mind with Rayman is Rayman's a very floaty platformer. You know, Mario's very like he jumps, he goes down, unless you've got like Yoshi and you have the floatiness to it in a lot of ways. They all just kind of float and glide. It's very like pressure sensitive on like how high, and they kind of glide and float. And like he obviously always has the spinners of his ears to float. The levels, the art design in this game originally were beautiful. This is like more 3D, which makes it weird because it was like a lot more hand-drawn and really pretty. But it's the game I had mentioned a while back where there's a lot of music-based levels, and I mentioned Ram Jam's Black Betty being one of the levels. Apparently, they've added 5 more music levels. One of them they revealed is Can't Touch This by MC Hammer. And so like moving through the level to the music. So it just looks like a fun time. 4-player, couch, and online co-op.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Stuff cool. Like that. At the same time, it's an Ubisoft game, and sometimes they're very hard to keep supporting.
So is this a straight up like remake of Rayman Legends, like that game? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It looks like some parts move into 3D. The weird thing I don't think they're going to do is, so there was Rayman Origins and then there's Legends. You could unlock every level to Origins if you played Legends fully. I don't think they're going to have done this in this one, so you're already going to lose out on like essentially getting 2 games. So we'll see. I could be wrong, but it would be cool. So either of you got any? Neither of you guys are big platform people, anyways. It's just pure
you said top
platformer.
top 5 platformers. I was like, I don't know if I could name 5 platformers.
I actually really like
Mario 1 through
platformers.
5, you know.
I really like platformers, but I never, the Rayman Legends never really interested me. I don't know why. I guess the new IP, and I didn't really have any connection to them. And it did look, or like back then it was new. Sorry, like when did it come out? Didn't it?
The first Rayman came out in like 94.
Oh, when did?
Or 97. It was on the PS1.
Oh, well, I've
Legends came
up,
came out 2012ish. It was a Wii U exclusive, and then it slowly got ported.
A
to
Wii
other
U
stuff.
exclusive.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. The floatiness of it always looked a little odd to me. I never really got interested, but
that's fair. So cool. That's October 1st. So moving to the next one. Let's try not to goon too hard. It's Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis. So that's coming out February 12th. That is a full remake of the very first Tomb Raider game from the PS1.
Oh,
it looks real good.
First of all,
she looks.
Go ahead.
I was supposed to say, first of all, we don't goon about Laura, so don't even fucking joke about that. Second of all, yeah, I'm so hyped, man.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about this on an episode, but Ryan, have you played any of the Tomb Raider
I've never
games?
played a Tomb Raider game.
Yeah.
No. I played like there was like a demo for Unreal Engine 5 or something, or maybe Tomb Raider Next Gen or PS4 or 5 was one. I don't know. There was a Tomb Raider game that was at the forefront of one of these technologies.
It was Shadow, I think, actually.
Yeah, and I think I played a demo for it, and it was like, this is cool. And then that's all I know. I didn't really play anymore. So you guys are both very fond.
I'm not like huge into the series. I actually just more recently, like I think I played like PS2 era, but then didn't really play until recently. I played Rise of the Tomb Raider. Thought it was a lot of fun. So, but this is a new trilogy, right? or it's a new developer, something like that.
So it's the same developer that developed. Well, it's actually I think the same developer all the way through, but it is the same devs that made Rise and Shadow and stuff. Crystal Dynamics. Tomb Raider's weird because it started PS1. There were 3 of them. Then there were like 3 more on PS2. Then there were a couple of spin-offs. Then it died for a while. Tomb Raider inspired heavily Uncharted. They've been open about that. And then Uncharted inspired the new trilogy of Tomb Raider, which was Tomb Raider 2013, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and then Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That trilogy. Mm-hmm. So that trilogy exists in and of itself. This new game is a remake of the very first Tomb Raider, and then the other Tomb Raider they announced last year is the 7th or 8th game from the original Laura's Adventures.
Okay.
So
it's not, are they like continuously rebooting the timeline, or they're just kind of like adding to it in random places?
I think they're just adding to it in random Well, so like they're rebooting it, but also continuing it.
Okay.
But just that one. If you play the 2013 and through Shadow, those 3 games, and Rise in the middle, then you're just getting that story. That story is, as of right now, done. Like that Laura's story is done.
But like the
that
stuff
is not
with
the
her...
same. That is not the same Laura that is in these other ones.
Okay, so
all.
like the stuff with her dad and everything, like that won't have happened in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if they reveal
it was like a different universe.
Yeah, if they reveal something with her dad and like this Legacy of Atlantis, then that's what that is now canonically, I guess, in that world.
Okay, got
that Laura world.
Yeah.
So kind of convoluted, but this is a perfect jumping in place too for Lara Croft fans. Not that the 2013 one isn't a good place to jump in either.
Right. That's cool, though. So, I didn't get that when I didn't watch... Like, I pulled the trailer up and watched it, and I didn't understand that it was a remake of that one. That's really cool, though.
The 2013 one starts off... It's very much her going on her first expedition and her first kill. And even the 96 or whatever first Tomb Raider, she was already like an established... like kind of archaeologist adventurer, and that's what this is. That's why she's already a badass. How they get it showed her like shooting a fucking bear.
Okay.
in the new trailer.
I thought that was cool. Like
all of
she
her
was already
like,
experienced like that.
Yeah, and like the old Laura that this one's based on was like hyper gymnast like movement with a lot of her like climbing and stuff like that. So I'm sure a lot of that'll be really fun. So yeah, it looks good though. Anything else we want to add?
Be here all day.
Yeah, true. So the next one I want to touch on briefly is The Lost Wild.
This trailer looked sick, dude. I thought that looked awesome.
A lot of people were like, "Oh my god, they're remaking Dino Crisis," but Dino Crisis was never first person. But I digress. That doesn't mean they couldn't have twisted it. But it's like a survival horror game where no fighting back, just hiding from dinosaurs, I guess.
Yeah.
2027. The trailer looked great. This is this company's first game, also, so we got nothing to. Go on. But
it kind of looked like it was captured. Like for me, it was almost capturing the vibe of like how I felt watching my first Jurassic Park. Like but in a first-person game. I don't know. It looked really cool. I think that was a neat one. I didn't know it was no fighting, but that makes sense because you're like a regular person and not trying to get eaten by dinosaurs. So.
Yeah, it'd be like us. Like
yeah, I wouldn't be fighting dinosaurs.
I guess. Like, yeah. Gavin, any?
I mean, I'm just excited to see dinosaurs in games again, man.
True.
It's not enough of that.
We talked about this briefly when we were hanging out, but even just like how much more I'm thinking about dinosaurs since having a child, because like the amount of dinosaur merchandise in my home has like skyrocketed. It wasn't zero, which Gavin pointed out, but since having a child. So dinosaurs are the move right now.
They're very relevant now.
Yeah. So... Cool. The next thing is Phantom Blade Zero. We've known about this game for a while. We've seen a lot about it. It was another trailer. They did announce a delay, so it got pushed back to October 29th. So that's cool. You guys been keeping up with this one much?
No.
Really?
I'm trying to...
It is not a Souls game. It is just very much an action. I believe it's Chinese. I could be speaking wrong. They're very like just fast-paced combat, lots of deflecting.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I did watch like this trailer, but like I kind of started to zone out with like Chinese ninja kind of cult like
There's
that.
a lot of that.
There's a lot of that right now, and they all ran together for me. And
there's like the ones trying to be like this that's more story driven. This one is, and then there's like there's like Wu Chang or not Wu Chang, but not Black Myth Wukong, but those types where it's more like Souls inspired and heavily based on like the mythos of Chinese. I guess not Chinese lore, but you know what I mean.
Mythos, yeah.
Mythos is the word I needed. So, but yeah, so
it looks like a Deep Sail or kind of PS Plus kind of game. You know what I mean? Like, I'd play it, but I don't know if I'm not gonna be there on release date.
It's one that'll sway opinions if it comes out and is just like it'll zeitgeist Ryan into getting it kind of deal.
I don't think
Maybe.
so. It's not my.
But it's a single player.
It
game,
is single player. So
No, I mean I zeitgeist on single player games too, but not. I don't know. That one just doesn't grab me. It's not. I don't think it's meant for me.
Cool.
But are you excited for it, Matt? Is that why?
I think it looks cool, but I'm worried about all of the other games like this we're going to point out throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, it's a crowded space.
So, and they're all Souls replicas, and if I had to pick the next non-From Software Souls game that I want, the only one I care about, that I'm losing sleep over wanting to know is whatever they're doing. It's not NeoWitz is the publisher. The Lies of P team.
Oh, gotcha.
Because that's up there for me.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Cool. Next thing is Dynasty Warriors Complete Edition, remastered, essentially rebuilt. So that's October 1st. I only put this on there because I don't think any of us are Musou people, where it's just like that's what the type of game is, where it's just like endless waves of enemies. You just fight through them and then you fight a boss at the end. But apparently this is like the highest regarded best Dynasty Warriors. That's why this one's the one being remade.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Again, if it most of them follow deep like Chinese or Japanese lore, they're usually historical figures, but obviously it's like inflated for video game's sake.
Is it a remake of the like PS2 version, or?
Yeah, it would have been on PS2.
Okay.
So
I don't really know much about these games. I opened up the trailer and watched it, and I started seeing the combat and how it was like so much and the waves and like and I kind of like zoned out. It wasn't for me, I don't think. But again, I don't think the aesthetic is like my thing. So the
Fair.
ninjas or that kind of deal. But
okay.
You played Sekiro though, right?
Sekiro's dope. I like Sekiro, but I did not like the theme of it, and I didn't like the story or anything. I liked the gameplay and I liked how it played. But
I'm about to be like the freaking Guardian Ape and throw my shit at you. You keep on. Stop.
I know you guys are big Sekiro heads. I mean, I love Sekiro. I really enjoyed it, but
I was just curious. Yeah.
So cool. The next game that they showed was No Rest for the Wicked, finally getting its 1.0 release and coming to PS5 in October. What's cool about this game is that original reveal trailer, they straight up revealed like the character fighting a very like horse human hybrid, like very heavy hardcore Ludwig like vibes in that first trailer. And so I've kind of kept my eye on it since, but then it's been in early access on PC. I don't know if anybody's touched it or got friends that have.
5 to 10 hours of it.
Okay.
I bought it when they came out with the multiplayer update, and me and my friend that I played like Baldur's Gate and stuff with, we picked it up. And it's very fun. It's very, very difficult, and it plays really oddly. It's not like any Souls-like I've played. It's like very its own thing.
Is it more like ARPG?
It is, but like not. It doesn't play like a Diablo. It plays like the perfect baby between Diablo and like a FromSoft game. Whereas like the controls are weighty and heavy, but it's in that like kind of third person view, and you don't have like hotbar buttons. Really, the only ARPG thing is like the angle you're looking at.
Oh, really? Not like the loot and stuff. It's not.
No, I don't remember.
Oh, thank
it
God.
wasn't. No,
Yeah,
it felt
you
like
hate
playing
that.
a Souls game because it's like I was like searching for. I was really trying to level up my like faith or whatever, and I couldn't find a scimitar that I couldn't find a weapon that would fit that mold, so I ended up having to kind of swap. But like, it was not just throwing loot at me. It was very like intentional, I guess. It's cool. I honestly can't believe it's already at 1.0 because when we were playing it, we played a few of the quests, and I was looking at the wiki, and it looked like it was super bare bones and not defined. But I guess there's a lot more content than I realized there was. So
Yeah.
How long ago? Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. This is one of those games I've been following as well because I'm like really excited to try it, but I don't want to play until 1.0.
Yeah.
But even just like reading threads and stuff a few months ago, people were basically talking about like how little of the game seemed like was completed. So either they're just holding a ton of shit back,
Okay.
or it's gonna be a rush job. So
Interesting.
I'm
Hey,
a
I'm
little
cool if
I'm a little
they
concerned.
if
I
they've
think
been
they
holding it
revealed-
back. That's cool, but
I mean, I
if
think they
not-
revealed the shit like 3 or 4 years ago originally.
It has
yeah,
been
it's
out
a
a
small
while.
it's a small team though, right? I think.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to ask how long ago was this when you guys touched it?
Probably like 8-9 months ago, if I had to guess. So like not like forever ago, but
Yeah. So we'll see. The co-op piece of it does make it a little more interesting. So
yeah, it's. I mean, the co-op's fun too because you're like in the world together and can hurt each other. So you kind of have to like
oh god,
go in and out like with each other, or like we'd swap between spell casting and somebody be up close. But you can, I don't know. There's a lot of like friendly fire. You got to be very careful.
I've always thought, can you imagine if FromSoft ever does a friendly fire game?
Right.
Oh, that would make invasions even more fun.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God.
Gavin's the monster. Of us
I
all.
would love that. Yeah.
That would be so crazy. Cool. So the next one is the Onimusha Way of the Sword. So that comes out September 25th. So we've talked about this game before. I'm excited for it. We can talk about it a little bit more. The coolest thing though is that there's a demo available now. I think just on PlayStation. So
I actually played it and finished it.
Nice.
Did you play it?
I started it. I played through the first couple like enemies, and I was like, yeah, I've kind of already wanted the game. So
It doesn't really change anything for you.
yeah,
It was cool. I was like kind of surprised by the aesthetic because I'm just so used to Souls-like type games, and not that this really is, but it seemed like the protagonist was kind of like, I don't even want to be here, man. Like, here we go again type vibes.
yeah. He's based off of a famous like an actor who's long passed that did a lot of like samurai movies way back in the day, and that was kind of his character.
Okay.
And they worked with his estate to get to put him in this game. In fact, on Onimusha 1 and 2 have had full remasters. The third one hasn't because the actor that they used is apparently like either his estate or him are being so stubborn about money they've decided not to even remaster it. In fact, they revealed that Onimusha 4 is getting released on the digital front, so that means 1, 2, and 4 are going to be available to play, but 3's still locked on the PS2 like Limbo, so I'm sure that game's going to become arbitrarily expensive over stupid shit like that. Also, actors from movies don't have to be in fucking video games. Give other breakout people like roles and opportunities. At the same time, this looks good.
Yeah.
Hype for it.
Pretty deep there.
But someone else could have had the same acting and mannerisms. I mean,
Yeah.
he's dead. That's not really him doing it, right? in this. So,
Yeah,
combat though, yeah.
It looks good. I enjoyed the demo. It was tight. It was very short. My one gripe with it, which is it's a big gripe for me, but it sounds so like trivial and pedantic, is I couldn't feel the weightiness of the deflection. Like you would pull it off and it would just be like, oh yeah, that happened. Versus like in Sekiro, like I need that big clink and like flash of red light to just, I don't know, make it feel more weighty.
Something to make those synapses like.
Otherwise, why bother
Spark.
doing it? Yeah, I need the neuron activation, man. I can't help it. So hopefully they add something, but probably won't. Maybe they're just going for more grounded.
Ryan, anything for you on this? And any interest even, really? I mean, it's a
no.
Japanese samurai. So he like dies and he's like in the demon world.
They're all running together. I'm sorry, I can't really tell.
I-
Oh wait, this one had like kind of a horror-y, like a monster vibe, right? Like you were fighting.
Yeah.
Yokai. But
yeah,
yes.
yeah, okay.
Fucking peasant.
Actually.
God, my neckbeard grew 3 sizes.
I'm so okay with being flexed on in this specific situation.
We can have the conversation now. We can have it later. We are not trying to be insensitive by any means with any of this, but there are a lot of Japanese and Chinese, so samurai, and then Chinese equivalent samurai and everything, right? / stuff in the Tang Dynasty we'll get to with the Blood Messenger game. They all have a very similar vibe. And so they all do kind of run together in some ways. Rather it's aesthetics, gameplay, those. And if you're not into those things, like I could see how you would just have the fatigue or kind of check out, which makes individual ones standing out harder.
Yeah, no, I mean that was really. I mean, honestly, I don't. There wasn't a lot of insight into it. It's like I saw a katana and I saw deflections, and I was like, I don't know about all this. I'm over it.
Right. Where like I'll probably touch most of every one of these games.
Dude, what makes it even worse is like the crossovers recently, like Team Ninja making Wulong, right? Did they make that? And then also Neo 3, like both of those are Chinese game, like set in Chinese
and then
mythos or whatever, but they're Japanese developers and their other games have all been set in Japanese culture.
And I'm sure when you have a Naughty Dog, Sony Santa Monica, whatever game coming out, individuals in those same places would say the same thing. Right, it's all the same. It's just and so it all bleeds together, and it does make it like hard to stand out. Also, then just like you connect more with stuff that's to some degree more
for sure
in your view, right?
Well, and also like a lot of the game mechanics are running together.
Yeah, that's really the thing. Is like I don't know, the game mechanics are just kind of overlapping at this point. But I don't know. It did look cool. I do remember watching that one. And what'd you call it? Yokai?
Yokai is just demon, essentially.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Cool. Next one, big hype for me, Silent Hill Townfall. Narrative puzzle horror game. It's a Silent Hill game. Releases September 24th. All about it. I love
help
Silent
me understand where this like falls into things. Like, is it the same kind of game as like Silent Hill 1 and 2, or is it more like a little standalone thing?
So it's a standalone thing. So pretty much every Silent Hill is a standalone thing. Silent Hill is the thing that carries them.
Yeah. Like the town, right?
Yeah. But then even that's broken with Silent Hill F because it takes place in like Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it makes you go like, well, Silent Hill's always been a small town, and like, what is that? Essentially, like Silent Hill comes and it's tied to like your traumas, and it can kind of exist anywhere. And this like takes place in Scotland, Silent Hill Townfall.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, okay.
So it's a first-person game. I think the only other first-person one was the Silent Hill Short Message. They released on online stores exclusively. It was like 2-hour little game thing.
Yeah, I thought
it might have been free even.
That really jumped out to me that it was first person. Like that seems crazy for a Silent Hill. It's like PT almost.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's also only $50 right out of the gate.
Nice.
So that could either mean it's really short, or they just trying to get people to actually buy it because it's in a stacked month. September's bananas.
Yeah, it's about to be crazy.
So
the
enemies that they've showed look good. It looks like it'll have like very tight, heavy, chunky combat, which is the Silent Hill thing. You don't like you don't become Leon Kennedy and fucking Jill Valentine in Silent Hill. Like that's not I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't think there's any Silent Hill protagonist that's in like another game. Like they have their game, that's it. Doesn't mean they die at the end. Just the game kind of focuses on exploring like their traumas.
Okay.
And they don't get a sequel game where what their trauma is the trauma of Silent Hill. Like this is just that would just be an infinite well if you did it that way.
So every Silent Hill game has a unique protagonist?
Mm-hmm. The only major like Silent Hill Origins I think is kind of a loose retelling or like a prequel to 1. Silent Hill Shattered Memories is just a remake of 1. The biggest major connection outside of like some lore pieces and some monsters and things is the character in Silent Hill 3 that you play as is the daughter of the character from Silent Hill 1.
Okay.
But outside of that, 2 is its whole entire thing. Like you could just play 2 and that's the one everybody considers the best. You could just play F. You're not going to get anything out of playing the others to make you understand it better, except for you would pick up on the trauma thing pretty quick.
Right. The overarching thing.
And like the other thing is like usually they also have like not just bad things have happened to them, they've also probably done some bad things, So in a wild array of like capacities too on like what is bad. So that's always just the fun thing. Like what the hell did this dude do? What has this man done?
Yeah. Okay. I see.
So super hyped for it, close to the top of the list. So there's only one game that I'll put before it right now. So the next game is Ace Combat. I only put this on here because it actually looks super fun. They always do. The internet's simping over one of the female characters that they show. I think she had like pink or blue hair or something, just like a really cute girl as one of the pilots. The other weird thing is like a remake of Ace Combat 0 comes with it if you pre-order it, and it's the only way to get
the pre-order bonus
is the whole game. It's the only way to get it.
What?
They did this with Ace Combat like 5 or 6, and people were like, oh, they'll just release the game and we'll eventually get it. They never released that remake. The only way to have gotten that remake was to have pre-ordered that game over a decade ago. So
better put your pre-order in, man.
Kind of a weird
mess
thing.
Around.
It's digital. Who gives a shit?
That is crazy. What a weird thing to do.
But either y'all combat heads, flight simulator game, played.
No.
I've been a playing guy. No.
I spent a brief stint getting really into the simulators like DCS, Digital Combat Simulator, and they're like super hyper realistic or whatever. And I had the flight stick and I used my VR headset, but I got overwhelmed very quickly and I
Those people who try to take the fun out of games. Oh, you like Ace Combat? Can you play DCS?
No. DCS is too much. I remember having to tell my friend, I was like, this is like having a second job, and I'm not vibing with it.
Absolutely not.
Ace Combat looks more fun from that perspective. I don't have any ties to it though, and I'm not really a playing guy in general either.
You don't give me playing energy. Neither of you give me train energy though either. So.
I did play Monster Train, but that's completely unrelated. So.
Yeah.
Now, I have low-key secret, not so secret anymore. I have low-key Monster Truck, Monster Jam energy. If Monster Jam ever comes to town, boys, I'll buy the tickets for us. Like,
I would totally go.
The big truck eat the little truck, dog.
Yeah,
let me.
I would have never guessed.
If I could show up in a sleeveless flannel too,
dude, that's one of those things where I would go as a bit, but then have a really good time.
Yeah, I could see that. It would be like once we got there, it'd be super fun. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Cool. Next game, Stuntman Hollywood.
Oh, baby.
Did you guys watch the trailer? I mean, you watched the show, Gavin. Yeah. Did you watch the trailer for this one?
I don't actually know if I don't know why I wouldn't have watched this. I played Stuntman Ignition.
Oh, there you go.
Back in the day. But I don't know that I watched the trailer.
So, yeah, it just looks like another Stuntman game. Kind of a surprise.
Yeah. Did you play Ignition? Or the original?
I played the original, not Ignition.
Okay.
So
I never played the original, but I played Ignition a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, I assume it'll be level based. But the thing that was big in that trailer was they revealed was like all the famous like cars throughout like movie history.
How does that work? Because don't they end up having just like licensing hell where how will they even be able to like sell the game in a few years when they expire?
Yeah, it'll come out, the license will expire in 5 years, and the game will be like the rarest game ever. Because the estate of Back to the Future doesn't want to let the DeLorean.
It was like the Knight Rider car and stuff. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was like a crazy trailer. It just looks like a fun time.
Looks fun, yeah. So. I have very fond memories of Stuntman Ignition. I don't know. It's just a fun idea for a game. I don't know.
Yeah, at the same
casual.
Yeah, at the same time, like I don't know if a game like that will do that well today, sales wise, and that can't be a $70 game. That's killing yourself right there.
There's
if it's
no way.
Just a level based drive through this wall correctly and hit this barrel roll.
And I don't know. Yeah, I mean that style of game is kind of like dissipated anyway. It's not really as much of a thing. Like the level scoring, because I remember you got a grade. I mean, I guess that doesn't really like. There's Resident Evil and everything, but I don't know. You'd play the same level and it'd be a short little sequence, and you'd do it over and over again until you like perfect it.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I feel like that's out of style nowadays.
Yeah, it's like points based on if you did the U-turn perfect versus okay, and all that stuff, right? So a game that we're all very familiar with to some degree, probably because they just existed and were cheap and everybody had them. But yeah, very lost to time.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Just kind of fun. All right. Now this one is a big one for me. I've been following this game for fucking years.
Really? I didn't know you were following it. That's cool.
Dude, this game looked nasty.
That game looked so sick, dude. It was crazy.
Sick, nasty, like all of it. Like cool, but also disgusting. Also, it has been confirmed that the Nick Apostolides, the voice actor for Leon Kennedy since the 2 remake, is the voice of the main character in it. So cool. Already get some notches up there. As to at least know that if all the other voice acting is bad, because there was a couple of bad voice acting lines that showed in the trailer, we'll at least have the main character be voiced by a good voice actor, because I think that's like not subjective at all. I think he's just a good voice actor with like everything. But yeah, I've been following it for years. They revealed it long ago, and everybody's like, this has got to be fake, because the animations are so like creepy and eerie, and it's so gory and just grotesque. But it's real. It's apparently coming out next year. It's the first time they've ever given any kind of date to it. Just 2027. It looks like it's going to be a real great time to force Gavin to either play it or, or be a part of it.
Is it getting a VR release?
Oh, we're putting him on the treadmill. This game looked so viscerally like nasty. I don't know.
Part with the guts was like disgusting. I was on a headset with a friend talking, and he was like, "Oh my god!" When the dude's guts fell out or whatever. Any thoughts on this? I mean,
I'm like kind of sold on the first-person horror game after playing through a lot of Requiem, and some of 7, Resident Evil 7. I don't know. It looked super fun. Looked like it would be a really good time. It's really all I got. I'd never heard of this before though. I've not been tracking it. This was like a brand new reveal for me.
yeah, I would say even after that reveal, go look at the other. I think there are 2 or 3 major trailers. I think the first trailer is like 5 years ago or something that they put out.
Nice.
It's pretty. Just generally, it's been disgusting from the get go.
Gotcha.
So
yeah. Add this to my long list of horror games that I wish I could play. I love horror movies, man. There's something about the games though. Like I'll get really freaked out, and like my wife will just like refuse. Like the moment she sees it's like even the like something that's slightly disgusting or scary, she just leaves. And so it's just always me solo.
You're left alone.
Yeah. So
Sitting there.
we're talking about potentially streaming it. So as a pod, so making me play it, and
And we'll be
recording
there
our reactions
still.
or Matt and Ryan's reaction. So let us know what you think. Let us know if you want to see that.
We can play it like they do the clay pot in that movie Ghost. Where I sit behind
What do
you
you
and I
mean?
hold the controller like over your hands, but you're controlling it.
That might be the motivation that I
you kind of
need.
lean back into me a little bit.
Yeah, breathing on my
black
neck.
room. I'm sitting in the corner watching.
We're gonna cuck Ryan while we play it. The next game, Control Resonant. We knew about it. I'm all about it. Remedy is at least in my top 3 developers of all time. So second game, direct continuation from Control. We've seen plenty of trailers. It's coming out in September 24th, 2026. So there's like 5 games that release on like the 24th and the 25th.
Crazy.
So it's gonna
Have
be
we already
bananas.
seen gameplay before this?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
This gave more gameplay.
Yeah.
And they got rid of the service weapon from Control, and it's a melee focused weapon that he has that transforms, and more, I guess, character upgrade, like RPG traditional mechanics in it. So that'll be interesting, and it's like in an open world dystopian Manhattan.
Yeah.
So
You really sold me on the setting in this trailer. I don't know. The fights taking place in dystopian Manhattan were very cool looking. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this one.
it's essentially everything that happens in Control has bled out of the Bureau of Control building,
Right.
and is now taken over Manhattan. We don't know why it's Jesse and why it's Dylan instead of Jesse or any of that stuff. She was talking in the trailer though. That was her narrating some of it. So
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that.
yeah. So any thoughts there? I know Gavin has fallen off of Control and tried it for a few hours, right, and fell off of it.
Yeah, this might be the push I need because people just are so crazy about this franchise and this universe. So
Yeah, Control's great. You really should finish it, and there's some stuff at the very end that's very, very cool. I don't know, like a sequence in particular is one of my favorite sequences.
The maze.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were talking about that or the DLC they added.
I haven't played the DLC. Oh, yeah, I did maybe. I haven't played the Alan Wake DLC, but
did you play Alan Wake 1 and 2?
one half of 2, and I'm gonna circle back on 2 is the plan. But
Okay.
yeah, I really like him as well. Alan Wake 2 was awesome. I had a bug happen, and it my save it didn't get deleted, but
PC through Epic.
Do what?
PC through Epic Games, the Epic.
Yeah, I was playing on Epic, I think. Yeah, because you couldn't get it on Steam at the time, I think.
Correct, yeah.
And yeah, it was I had this bug, and I got kind of soft locked for a little bit, and I got really mad, and so I stopped playing. And
Fair enough.
But
yeah, I remember that bug specifically at launch. I didn't get it, but I was so afraid of it
right.
as I was playing through it. So, because actually one of the few games I actually played on PC right out of the gate.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
And
Why?
then
Why was it only on Epic PC
No,
first?
'cause I also- because it didn't have I don't think it had a physical right out of the gate.
That's right.
what it was.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
then I got the physical later, I think, maybe. No, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, just didn't
Played
seem
it,
like
loved
you
it,
to
yeah.
buy, an Epic Games digital
Well, like
product.
the Remedy, one kind of disservice Remedy has done to themselves. I love it as a long-term fan, is how all of their games are connected, but they're even trying to connect the ones that they don't have the license for, the name of. So, Alex Casey, so Alan Wake is a writer. He's famous for writing the Alex Casey books. That 100% is Max Payne. It's only not Max Payne because Rockstar owns the name Max Payne in the IP. That's why he looks like when he shows up in Alan Wake 2 early on in that whole situation. It is Max Payne and the jacket, the tie, everything, but his name's Alex Casey. It's just a confusing thing. Quantum Break, Xbox owns it and all of that character. Mm-hmm. So the character played by that famous actor, the Ashmore guy, he's the main character of Quantum Break. It's essentially supposed to be him in this too, and tied to some of that, which is why there's like some time hopping thing he can do. Well, that's all that Quantum Break is, but they can't ever say he's the same guy from Quantum Break because Xbox owns that. And it just muddles an already very convoluted timeline.
That is complicated.
And then like Alan Wake is trapped in this world, and then to some degree, like, is he the writer of all of these stories, trying to write himself out of the dark place where he got trapped because he like essentially exchanged himself to save his wife at the end of Alan Wake 1? There's this whole thing, and it's very awesome and very convoluted, but it also really does lean into like the David Lynch Twin Peaks thing of like, do I even actually fucking understand this after I've watched it 5 times or played it 5 times? And it does leave a lot of opportunity for them to just like juke and jive, I guess, as they want, and just like keep you confused. And every one of those games plays different. So, right?
Yeah, that's true. I can see that. Like, Alan Wake 1 to 2 is very different. Control's completely different than both of those. American Nightmare, I don't know. Is that canon? It was like an action game more.
It's just like a spin-off thing, but it is a bit more of like an action game. But yeah, so hype for that. And then I put RuneScape Dragon Wilds on here. Just an open world. Like, it looked like a Ryan, take it away after what you saw.
Yeah. I played a decent amount of this when it was in alpha, and it's pretty cool. Honestly, it's not very RuneScape-y. Like, if you're a RuneScape head, like, you'll like some of the, I don't know, the callbacks and like the linkages to the world, but like it plays very much like another Valheim or something, which I'm very into, but I played 5 or 10 hours with a friend, and then we like stopped playing, but not because of the game. We like, I don't know, got busy and stopped playing weekly, But if there's a 1.0 and a lot more content, I would definitely circle back to it. I don't know. It was not the best. Honestly, it wasn't even in the like top 3 of like survival crafting games, but it was cool. It was fun, like having that RuneScape aesthetic and some crossover stuff. But
cool. Gavin, anything for you on that?
No, I never really was a RuneScape guy.
I wasn't either. These games always look fun in a trailer to me, but then I have to manage my fucking food and build a camp, and I immediately don't give a shit.
It becomes a
anymore.
job, yeah.
Now we're talking.
I want to just go explore and capture a dragon and ride it and kiss it.
Oh, I want to optimize away the negativity of playing the game. I want it to suck to start playing the game, and it to gradually get better because of my own accord.
Jeez. Cool. And then the next big reveal was Until Dawn 2. We've all played Until Dawn 1, right?
I haven't finished it.
Yeah.
I played about half of it. Yeah. Again, just dropped off because I'm the worst, but I did like it a lot.
One of the few horror things my wife stuck through with me, and we took turns like deciding what moves to make. And so,
such a good co-op experience.
One of those fun things. It's being made by a completely different team as well, and I know like a lot of those other games, kind of Until Dawn-esque, haven't been as good as Until Dawn.
Yeah, the Dark Pictures anthology.
Yeah, I don't know about that Directive 8020 that came out just a couple weeks ago. But yeah, it looked pretty good. It looked very Until Dawn-ish, actually, and it also had some gross parts.
So?
Yeah, I'm on the same boat where I'm like, it looked very different.
It looked like it kind of screamed cash grab to me. I don't know. So when you say it looked Until Dawn like,
it looked like a cheesy horror, like more like leaning into a B horror movie teen slasher flick than trying to be hyper serious, like all like the Dark Picture stuff. I think that's what makes Until Dawn stand out a lot. It leans into like the late 90s, early 2000s teen horror movie of yesteryear versus
I don't feel like it was that gimmicky. Like, I honestly feel like it was relatively serious for a story about a bunch of teenagers, like the original one. Now, like the Quarry game and some of the Dark Pictures games, those were maybe a little bit more campy, but I mean the first game I thought was phenomenal.
I mean, I enjoyed it, but
yeah. Hopefully this one's good. Yeah. It's just, with it being a different team and everything.
It also had another really gross shot with a dude's guts, I think, falling out. A dude gets cleaved in half or something, right?
Yeah. That was pretty brutal. I liked the island aesthetic. I thought it was cool. I don't really, like I said, I didn't finish Until Dawn. I kind of got teen horror. I guess just like a collection of teens out in a cabin in the woods in the snow feels teen horror-y, but I didn't finish the game. I don't really know. But I like the look of the new one. I thought the island was cool.
I will say when like the first few frames of the trailer and like I see it's an island and everything and I'm like, oh shit, is this a new Dead Island game? Because if so, Matt's gonna lose his mind.
It wasn't a sad enough trailer.
Yeah.
There would have been a terrible Dead Island trailer. All right, cool. So that's 2027 for that. So I never picked up Until Dawn at launch either. I'm not paying a launch price for that, but definitely a fun romp at some point, whether it's all of us getting together and even playing through it and passing controllers, who knows.
I think you can actually, can't you like vote on which outcome you want if you play with multiple controllers? Yeah, it's kind of cool.
So there's like a lot of options there. Apparently the remake a couple of years, like a year ago, of the first game is awful. It's like terribly optimized and stuff, but it's like weird that game even got remade.
The remake for Until Dawn?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So. And then the last game they revealed was the God of War Lufei.
It's not Laufey?
Laufey. That's what it is. I think it's Laufey.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's a spinoff in the God of War. Well, actually, no, it is the next continuation, they've confirmed, of the God of War from 2018. This game runs alongside both of them.
Oh.
So the events of apparently 2018 and Ragnarok are going to happen. So that already alludes to like there's probably some kind of weird like time moves at a different speed. So it's following Kratos' deceased wife. She's dead at the beginning. Her and Atreus put her on the pyre, burn her, say their goodbyes. The whole main goal of the 2018 one is to get to the mountain to dump her ashes where she wanted them, right? Or the mountain from her people. But then it shows that she essentially wakes up in the afterlife. We find out it's an afterlife for the gods. That does clearly spoil some things that happen in the 2018 that the reveals of his wife and like what she was and things to some degree.
Before we get that far though, can we talk about that start menu? That was like they boot up the game and it like shows her like in the game boots up, it's the cutscene of her dying and like being burned and everything, and then it's like press start and she's just like and she like wakes up and I'm like, oh dude, that's cool. I feel like Ragnarok did something similar. I don't remember, but
Ragnarok
that was pretty hype.
Had that one sequence when you're fighting Thor at the beginning and you die and it goes to a game over screen. And then you hear Thor and he's like, you don't die until I say, and then he like shocks you back to life and you're still playing. Like I don't know if that's that feels kind of similar to me.
It's very much has that same vibe. I think it looks cool. I think it's got potential. I don't like that clearly you're gonna need to understand some of 2018 and Ragnarok to understand the story because of the way they ended up doing it. I wish it was a little more self-contained, but like I watched
really because you think it'll just be like the baddies will be people that you killed in those games, or
I think
or
there will be some of them, but like Cory Barlog and they did like there was another 30-minute interview that came out and they were like, no, this is like essentially the third game to play. And like it is tied to all of these.
Interesting. I didn't realize that.
And they even showed that part where like she like gets pushed down or whatever, and like Kratos helps her.
Yeah,
that is essentially a part, more than likely a part in the first game where he goes into like this light and like Atreus can't get a hold of him or whatever, and he like sees her. And he like is reaching out for her or whatever.
Dang, that's crazy. That's pretty cool, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
also, like, if he found out that place exists, he could just blow his top off, and then he's a god. He would just go to where his wife is. Leave Atreus, figure it out, man. It's right for yourself.
Right behind him.
But it's a very fast pace. She gets a sword. We got a sword at least, and then she has Frank, the gelatinous cube. The sword talks.
What the fuck is up with Frank?
I don't know, but
he's a cosmic cube. Actually,
it was making me laugh. We can say what we want about the Marvel humor. I've been kind of out of the Marvel game, so I'm not as fatigued as a lot of people. So
that's fair.
You know, that stuff did hit until Marvel put 45 movies out in like a 5-year period of the same joke.
There's a reason it was the formula. Like it worked for a while.
Yeah. So but yeah, I think it looked good. The big thing they're bragging about is they added a jump button back. You only have contextual jump in 2018 or Ragnarok. So you can do like air combat though and air juggles and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So
combat looked fun.
The neckbeards are bitching about her not being hot enough. She had just
Oh my
fucking
God.
She had just fucking died. You wouldn't be hot. Also, I don't think they run around in that world and mythos like all dolled up and covered in makeup. So actually take care of yourself and learn how to date a fucking human and like kiss a girl in real life and go fuck yourself. Also, Deborah Ann Wool is like incredibly attractive woman.
About to say, the weird part is she actually looks very
That's-
attractive in
I
like a
can't
normal
believe
human
they're
way.
Still like
Nothing is good. Nothing. I'm telling you, dude.
That's wild.
These
Man.
fucking people. Cool. Anything else you guys want to add on that?
I'm probably gonna play it, and I'm pretty excited about
Did
it. I
you-
played both of Ragnarok and I love God of War 2018. I liked Ragnarok a lot. It kind of, it was like a very polished version, but it like lost some of the novelty for me. So I'm excited to see a new.
I'm in the same boat. I like
Really?
18 better than Ragnarok.
Okay,
by
really?
a
Yeah.
good bit.
18 was like more of a contained, like well-rounded, full experience. It was like it knew what it wanted to be. It was
Yeah.
very like melancholic with like the whole story. I don't know. It was cool,
Yeah.
but
And yes, there's plenty of stuff about him being a papa and his son, but there's a lot of like really good stuff. Because like one of the big things is like him clearly struggling with like the fact that he's having to like go on an adventure, be a dad, fight this fucking shit that he tried to escape because like Kratos like left the Greek world to this world to find peace essentially,
Right.
all without the person that he had found and like became his life partner, like and his wife. So like that's a big part of it. So I know the millennial equivalent to like the boomer I hate my wife is I hate kids, but I think you can.
Matt's over here staring very intently
And
at
I'm
me.
having all these opinions pre-child. If
I don't have a kid, and I liked both.
If I would have had my fucking son though the first time, like by the time I played
Yeah.
28, oh, brother, let me tell you, I talked about it. I look at a picture of the kid for too long at work and I start crying in my office alone. Like it's a thing. But yeah, so combat's also just that game.
Combat's good
Combat's
in
so
those
fun,
games,
dude.
yeah. And like in a
really
way
is.
that I really wouldn't think I would like that much, but it really gets me. It like just is a good, solid game. I don't know. The gameplay's tight.
It's like trying to string together unique combos, but you're not like judged like you are in Devil May Cry, and you can play with like some different ways of doing things and stuff like that. It's really fun. The Leviathan Axe is also just a very cool video game weapon.
Leviathan X, cool.
So, but yeah, if you did you even try them at all? Really?
Yeah, I played maybe a few hours of 18 and fell off that. I'm about halfway through Ragnarok, so
It's crazy to think you fell off 18.
I just
That opening is so good with the Baldur fight. Like, it's so good. Even with it
I
being a
kinda
lot of quick time event well, yeah, I guess that's QTE.
I kind of want this to
Yeah.
be the backlog game of the week. Spoiler alert. So maybe we put a pin in it.
Okay.
That's cool.
All right.
We'll put a pin.
There you go. All right, so we'll put a pin in that, and then we'll come back to that then if you want that to be the backlog of the week. So what do we grade in the PlayStation show? Who wants to go first and give it the grade? We'll go F, obviously, bottom of the barrel, and we'll even let there be S tier in existence if we want.
Okay.
And pluses and minuses.
Oh, ooh, getting
Big scale.
real granular with it.
I'm comfortable going ahead, I think, but I would like to preface that I feel like this is the first announcement show I've ever rated, so this is not like so don't take this to your grave as like Ryan's super important opinion. This doesn't matter. I don't know.
We don't matter, right?
Yeah. I would give it a B minus. With the S tier, I think I'd say I put a B because I didn't consider the S tier when I was first thinking about it. There's some stuff in there I'm interested about. There's not that much. I think overall it's not underwhelming, but it's about right. It's like good. It's fine.
Yep. I actually kind of agree. I'm a B minus on it overall.
Nice.
I think. So there's a lot of stuff here that I am going to play. They have the one problem where like the God of War game we've kind of known about. It's been rumored so much that it was definitely real.
Yep.
And then other stuff was just getting more reveals about it and announcements. We knew about a lot of the stuff. So
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna give it. Was B minus.
Yeah.
It's exciting, and I will say this for State of Play's credit, it's the one game show that's just like all like nonstop action, like trailers and stuff back to back, like very few downtime with developer interviews and stuff, which is cool. right? But it's also really hyped to just like sit there for an hour and get trailers. So
Yeah.
I would agree until I watched the Xbox one. That
one was even better.
Aggressive with
Really?
like trailer. I think someone talked on the screen like 2 times, and that was it.
I will also have to say I didn't actually sit down and watch these straight out. I watched all the trailers individually. I don't know if it was State of Play or Xbox though. It kept surprising me. I guess it was Summer Game Fest, because I would watch one trailer and then I'd watch the next, and he'd be like talking about the previous game I just watched. And it was like I was watching an unbroken piece. Like not for all of it, obviously, but
Yeah.
for several of them, it kind of caught me off guard. But
Okay.
anyways.
yeah.
So, sweet.
being
All right.
nice.
Summer Games Fest. There were like over 50 announcements, so we're going to be trucking. There are a couple we'll spend time on. I'm even not going to spend too much time on number 1 here, but right out of the
we'll
fucking
see.
gate, Keeley gets on stage, says whatever the hell he was saying, because I never pay attention, honestly, and then the trailer starts, and we're in Paris, and then it's in first person, and then it shows a hand grab a notebook that's being held, and I go, this is definitely a Capcom game. 100%. And then it showed the hand better when the person reached for the doorbell. I was on a headset with my buddy, and I go, oh fuck, this is, and my wife had just gotten home, and I was actually holding our son, and I go, oh fuck. He's also copying words, so just for context, I go, oh fuck, this is it, this is Code Veronica. And he kept looking at the TV because I had the headset on. He couldn't hear the volume, and he would look at me, and I would go, oh my god, and he would look at me, and he would look at the TV, and it was like back and forth, and then it shows the old lady, and they go upstairs, and the person's clearly looking for their brother, which is the premise of like Claire after RE2 going to find Chris. And there's even like a joke of like, oh, it looks like a boulder ran through here, like a joke based on like the the boulder punching in RE5.
Oh.
The trailer plays out in the first person, and then it reveals that it's Claire because she gets abducted at the end, and it is Code Veronica, now Veronica, dropping the code apparently from the name and just calling it Resident Evil Veronica remake, which like the hardcore fan base has wanted. Hardcore, like in an indescribable way. It's probably the most requested thing. It's probably been their most requested remake. Even it was probably more requested than the 4 remake from the hardcore Resi fan base.
Yeah, that's all I know about it, is that the fan base is like rabid for this remake.
Feral.
Why are people so crazy about this one in particular?
It's just, it was originally Resident Evil 3. Capcom made a deal with Sega, and in the last like minutes of it said, we don't want our numbered game on the Dreamcast where it's not going to get as much exposure. You can still have the game as your exclusive. We're going to call it this, and then our Resident Evil 3 Nemesis was made in 1 year and put out on the PS1. So a lot of people, myself included, consider that the true number 3, and 3 is just kind of... 3 would have, in today's day, been DLC for Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, it's just got a lot of stuff that pushed the narrative forward with like the different viruses and all that stuff. Like it is you could skip 0, but it's hard for me to tell people to skip Veronica.
So I could play it right after 2 then?
Yeah.
Like I could pick up where I've left off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can play 2, 3, and then right into that before playing 4.
Gotta play 3 first?
Yeah. You don't have to play 3 first. You would be going back in time, I guess.
Okay.
Because you're still in Raccoon City in 3. So, I'm so excited. I'll buy the God Edition or whatever they release. There's some stuff that they may have to change because one of the characters essentially cross-dresses in it, and Claire calls him a cross-dressing freak. This game came out in the early 90s, like 2000 or something.
Right.
And it's more based on that he's having like schizophrenic things, not that he's actually like a trans individual. Like it's nothing from that perspective. So I don't know. There's stuff like that that's like very sensitive though. Like how are they going to tackle it and attack it? That at the same time, like him and all of that is very, very relevant to that core story. The comment like that can be changed, but like him still doing those things probably needs to happen. Unless they change it. The big rumors though is that the Rockfort Island where this game takes place, it's like a giant prison island, very Alcatraz on steroids based, is that it's going to be like open world. Like the boat sections in RE4, it's going to be that, but Claire's going to have like a motorcycle she finds.
That's interesting.
And can move around it. because they did confirm they cut like the motorcycle being like an actual drivable vehicle in Requiem and that kind of stuff. So they've been playing around with this, and so this might be the actual point of them using it. But incredibly hyped, and I'm not even like a big like Claire's not my Resi girl, right? She's near and dear to my heart. Don't get me wrong. I'd kiss every single person on the main lineup, Wesker included. But yeah. I'm trying to keep it short. I could keep going.
No, that's fair. We'll cut you off. I'm extremely excited. It kind of puts me in a predicament where I feel like I'm not going to play. I'm just going to not play Resident Evil 1 or 0 or anything at this point because I think they're going to remake them all, and I want to play them in the Resident Evil engine or the new engine versus the old and like. But I'm very excited. I never got to play this one as somebody who's played. I've played all the remakes, I guess. So 2, 3, 4. Haven't played 7, 8 yet, but and I've played Requiem. I just heard a lot about this game. The fan base acts like it's the best of the series, the best story, and the most interesting. I don't know.
It is the hardest too. I think I mentioned that. It's a very difficult game.
That's exciting.
So cool. And then Gavin, we know where you stand with like your Resident Evil adventure / horror game.
Well, I've only played 2, and I really did like it.
So
but it was difficult to finish because I was so scared.
Can't wait to get him on the horror stream.
Those big beefy footsteps coming up behind you, and then the sewer turd monsters. And
Yep.
Mighty Cuphead Adventures. Ryan, you called this one out specifically.
Cuphead's dope. Have you guys played Cuphead?
Yeah. I wasn't as hyped for it as a lot of people, and I don't
Did you beat Cuphead?
worship it like everyone. Just base game. I didn't go back and play Delicious Last Course.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I just really like Cuphead, and I like the vibe of this new one they're introducing with the 8-bit and everything. I think that's interesting, and it looks like a full new adventure. I don't know. I really don't have much to say about it, except I just love Cuphead. I loved getting 3 stars on every mission and like 100%ing it, in the base game. I don't know what that's going to look like in this new game because it doesn't look like trial-based as much. It looks more like a 2D platformer adventure.
Yeah, so they announced that, but they then did say the proper sequel to Cuphead is still in development and a ways off.
I'm just excited to see more Cuphead. I missed that the sequel. I did understand this game is a lot different, but it looks like the gameplay is very similar and just 8-bit and retro styled and more full-length adventure and not like level-based with perfection 3-star situation. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think it looks fun.
Cool. Gavin, what say you?
Yeah, I haven't played them. It looks like they look like a really, or I guess the first game, right? There's only one game. Looks really well made, but I've just never tried it. People say it's hard as shit, though.
Yeah, it is.
Ryan's over here casually dropping his 3-star flex. I imagine that means something.
It is very difficult. It is a very difficult game.
It's a very difficult game.
If anyone says otherwise, they're just lying because they want to be cool.
It's extremely hard.
The hand-drawn piece is really cool, too.
Yeah, the new one being hand-drawn. Or is the original hand-drawn, too?
all hand-drawn, too, like rubber hose. Like,
I love the art style of it. It really... I don't know. I'm nostalgic for it in a way. Like I don't know.
I'm nostalgic for rubber hose cartoons that were antiquated by the time we were all born.
I'm not. Oh no. I mean, I'm nostalgic for Cuphead right now.
That's true. By this point, yeah, it came out in like 2017 or some shit. It's almost 9 years old.
Yeah, no, literally, because like that was. I don't know. It feels like it's been forever since Cuphead came out, and I played it on release. So
yeah.
The art style is great in Cuphead.
The one other thing I got to give the shout out for this 8-bit version that they're doing, they built it old school way with I think the Sega Master Drive system in mind. So they built it in ARM architecture. It's only got 32 like colors available. Wow. It's built like an old school dev, and they are going to release like a cartridge version of it for the the Sega system.
What? That's cool.
And it will play on that, and obviously it will play on all the new hardware.
Wait,
and everything.
which system? The Sega,
the Master System, like essentially their second, not the Genesis, but like the one after that. I believe.
Dude, that rules. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
It's a very cool thing to do.
I love that.
There's just devs building a game in the ARM architecture is so cool because that's like the old school built different way. Not I open an engine that has a lot of assets that I just kind of alter. Not to say it's easy, but it is a lot different nowadays.
Does that mean that they have to compress the audio as well and get the kind of like 8-bit, I don't know, whatever bit audio sounds? That'd be really cool.
Yeah, they'll have to do all of that kind of stuff. So, But yeah, cool. The next game we knew about, but it was actually kind of a slight reveal trailer. Alien Isolation 2 looks like it's based in like a sci-fi Japan setting, like a Japanese station on a different planet. Didn't show like I don't even think it showed the alien, if I remember correctly. It may have shown it briefly towards the end.
Clip at the end of the double mouth situation, I think. But
what those mouths do.
Yeah, pretty sure.
People said the first game was like really scary. Did you guys play
First game's it's very tense. It's another no fight back until like the last little bit.
You're just hiding, right?
Yeah. And it's like the AI is so impressive on the alien in that game. Sometimes frustratingly so. Like if it sees you, you're not just like running into the room and getting under the bed and it's like, oh, where'd he go? It's like, no, you better like get into the bed, get out of the bed, like try to get away, but it's gonna just get you and you're gonna have to redo the checkpoint. It's on top of your ass.
I've always meant to circle back around to it. I played like 3 chapters of it, and I got like I was like right on the edge of when it gets really intense, I think, because like those first couple chapters are very slow and like tone building, I guess.
I would argue for the type of horror game it is, it does overstay its welcome.
Oh, really?
It's like 15, 20 hours, and that's a lot for that.
It's a lot
type.
if I can't shoot at something, yeah.
Yeah. So, because there's like stuff without the alien, like some androids that are like corrupted or freaking out because the station's like fallen too, and so... but yeah, it's a good time. It's worth playing. It's locked to 30 FPS on everything unless there's some kind of like hack on the PC version. So it would be nice since it's been so long if they did a patch or some kind of update from that perspective. But we'll see. But yeah, looks cool.
Right on.
Gen Atlas. So this is Fumito Uda, I believe is how you say his last name. Next game. So he's notoriously the guy behind Eco, The Last Guardian, and notoriously Shadow of the Colossus. It's his next game. It's been like 10 years since Last Guardian, so it looks kind of cool, but who knows what it'll play like, because all of those games kind of play differently. The mechs, just giant mechs are cool. Giant robots are super cool. Looks like it's got a mix of that and not being in a giant robot.
Yeah, it seemed like a pretty good mix, because if it was all giant robots, that would be tough, but... has like a weird like the Mandalorian or Western, like space Western kind of vibe to it or something. I don't know. I thought it looked pretty cool. I'm definitely interested in it.
Cool. Anything on you for that one?
Dude, it just reminded me that I need to play Eco. Because...
that's fair. I like Eco. A lot of people just really only like Shadow of the Colossus and nothing else from this guy. So
the thing is, I'm pretty sure that's like the game that Miyazaki's, like Hidetaka Miyazaki claims is... what made him want to be a game developer, like quit his job and start making video games for a living, and said that there basically wouldn't be Dark Souls without it. So I don't know. I feel like, there's a certain debt there.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So, the easiest way to play that, I mean, the only way is really PS3. I mean, it's probably on Steam or something too, I guess. But
I've got the whale tier of PlayStation.
Oh,
whatever this is the classics catalog. I'm pretty sure it's on there, so probably do that.
Gotcha. Cool. Next was the reveal of a game called Blood Messenger, third-person action game set in feudal times. First single-player game from NetEase. I think it's during the fall of the Tang Dynasty. So it looks like it's very more like action-based. I think you're a dad and a son. I don't know if you're the messengers delivering the message or what it is, and you're like kind of stuck between the war. When it was happening, it did make me go to my buddy and be like, dude, they should make a game about like World War I, Civil War, whatever, where you can only play as like the little drummers. You don't get any weapons. You just got to play as the drummer and walk the battlefield, and everyone's getting blown apart around you. Yeah, they didn't show a ton of it. It showed up again, I think, at the Xbox show. Looks cool. Again, it's another one that, unfortunately, they all kind of start running together to some degree.
Yeah.
They're not doing enough to highlight what makes them stand out from this other company's game.
Right.
So,
is this one supposed to be more Souls-like-y, or we don't really know
I don't
yet?
even think they revealed that.
Okay.
So, next game was Stranger Than Heaven. So, Ryu Gai Gotoku.
Dude, what is up with this game? That was crazy.
That trailer
Snoop
was
Dogg
crazy.
coming out on stage and announcing it.
So they have confirmed it is in the Yakuza universe.
Oh.
It travels through like, I think 4 different decades, starting back at like the 50s, maybe 60s, 70s, and 80s. So it's all the 80s might run right into like Yakuza 0.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's set in wherever they decide to set it, probably. I can't remember the town they always set their games in. But
I wrote down
it looks
big Yakuza vibes. I didn't know it was
that
the
is
same-
the developer.
Yeah, I didn't know that was him. Yeah,
Snoop Dogg's like one of the trainers in it, like your senseis,
Yeah.
or something. And then the big
And Tupac.
and then the big reveal was Tupac, and I was like, bro, Tupac died in '96. It's 30 years this year. Is he relevant to fucking anybody? Like, yeah, he's got his like mark on music history forever, but
I mean, yeah, I think to a lot of people he's like considered an all-time legend. So
yeah. But at the same time, he's like one of those things of like his estate just like has the deals to still make the shirts. It's that whole joke of like, if you're a female wearing a band shirt, some dude's gonna walk up to you and be like, "Name 5 songs by Avenged Sevenfold that aren't Beast in the Harlot and Backcountry," and they just wait, like to catch them. It's the same thing. Like I could ask anyone in a Tupac shirt to name 3 Tupac songs, and they probably really couldn't unless they're our age or older. With his like relevance, if you will, I don't think he's as relevant as people like to think he is nowadays, personally. So,
I don't know.
yeah. I don't know much about Tupac, if I'm being honest.
Also, it's just another one of those things of like, that's just another role that could have went to somebody alive. To as far as that goes, not a fucking estate of a very wealthy estate, but apparently there's like a battle between his family. I was listening to another podcast and they mentioned that like there's a battle between the executor of his estate and his actual family. So there's probably just some kind of weird shady shit going on there anyways. So the family may be completely offended after that. Who knows? So,
Yeah, the Yakuza games are famously like super long, right?
yes and no. There is a lot of side content that's actually good and fun in them, and that makes them very long.
Gotcha.
Let's say 20, 30 hours.
Oh, okay. That's not.
You
near
just
as bad as I
mainline the
was
story,
thinking.
and some of them are probably even shorter than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Some of them are crazy. Like the
you'll hit.
Infinite Wealth had like the island that you went to, and it's like an Animal Crossing style game, right? Like with the perverts or whatever that you're like raising as. I don't know. Very.
I'm gonna need you to elaborate.
I haven't
You
played it.
probably
I've
can't.
listened to. Well, I've listened to a podcast where they talked about it, and it's like you disappear to this separate island that's separate from the main game, and it's like Animal Crossing or something where you're like building up all your different amenities and everything, and you're like Pokemon battling I don't know. That's separate. I don't know, but
Yeah,
The game within the game.
That's the thing. Like they have a lot of games within games in them. It's crazy. So that's the warning if you ever dive into those worlds.
have you played it?
I've played Yakuza 0 through half of 3.
Okay.
And then I wanted to play Infinite Wealth, but I have a problem with wanting to play everything up to where something is, even though Infinite Wealth is a good jumping off point.
Yeah, that's
So,
fair.
That's a map problem, though. Next on the list, Mortal Shell 2. We know it's coming out. Don't know if it has the proper release date. Live beta, though, did go live through Steam. People look like they're having some pretty good fun with it. I played Mortal Shell 1 and enjoyed it a lot, actually.
Did you play through it all the way? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I don't hate, but I don't love the shell system, honestly.
Yeah.
But I liked like everything else about it a lot. Is the problem with that?
Art style was good.
How does the shell system work?
Essentially, like you're a fallen warrior. So say you're a ranger, he's a knight, and I'm a jackass. You're this soulless being, and you have to you can only select one of our carcasses essentially to crawl into, and that's your fighting style.
I see.
You can fight without them, but you kind of need them to have a specific fighting style.
Gotcha.
So, and then they level up based on like what they're good at.
I remember the first game, at least like on release, because that was a kind of before Souls likes were crazy
Everywhere.
and so it was like, oh, anything we can get, right? That's like the real thing. I remember playing it on release, and it was actually pretty hard.
Yeah.
And they did not pull any punches. So
No, it's very like chunky combat too.
but this
Very
trailer looked maybe a little more actiony. I don't know.
Yeah. So it looks fun. I'm tempted to go ahead and install the beta to check it out. Honestly, it's only available on Steam. So
It's an open beta.
yeah.
Yeah, you might as well.
So I mean,
Yeah, it'd be worth
I'm wanting
checking
to kind of
out.
hop in on it. So we'll see if I find the time this weekend to do that.
Yeah.
Cool. I highlighted Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag for some reason, but we've already talked about that on other episodes. The next big one would be Crossfire.
Oh yeah.
I think this looked really good. I think it's just the drought of good story-driven third-person shooters. Gavin, you say, oh yeah, that might be a little motivated from your recent romp with Spec Ops The Line too, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that game, the shooting was actually pretty mid, to be honest with you. But it just seemed like a cool idea, a cool concept. It's like two people who you don't really know the context, but for whatever reason, they hate each other. Like they're mortal enemies, and they have to survive.
Yeah.
In this world together. So
the press release following, they did confirm they're on the opposite ends of the factions that are at war.
Okay.
But they didn't reveal what's forcing them to work together.
And like, yeah, was it like a supernatural presence, or it wasn't really clear to me from the. I only watched the trailer once.
Yeah, it's what it seemed like, though, right? Like either extraterrestrial or supernatural or something.
Okay.
I wasn't really sure. I don't know, but it felt like something otherworld. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I felt that way too. Well, and also that game has to like naturally lend itself to co-op. Let's hope that they put it in. Like, there are two protagonists built in
that press.
Oh, they did say
single player.
So, no, not even online.
But I thought the same thing watching it, and then they flexed the cover system, which did look cool. A lot of the animations and movements of the people, like the characters behind cover and stuff, looked real cool.
A lot of the animations did look really nice.
So,
do you think you're cycling between the two characters then?
I don't know. It looks like that female protagonist is your main one. So
okay,
we'll see.
Right.
But it looked really cool.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Wilds, I highlighted for Gavin. It's getting its DLC. I don't know how much time you spent with Wilds versus you spent a lot of time with Worlds, right? Is the one you really dove into?
Yeah, I played a lot of World. I'm a World baby, so I'm not like a real, diehard Monster Hunter fan. Like I'm new gen only. I was a little disappointed in the Wilds trailer. Like the monsters they highlighted, basically all but one or two were monsters that have been in like every game. And so that's one of the things that's like really exciting when there's new Monster Hunter. It's just new monsters. I mean, there's like hundreds of them. So I don't know. I'm excited. I know you're not really a Monster Hunter guy though, like at all. Which it's like
Capcom, my only Capcom I think thing I don't touch.
I want to say if you really gave it a shot, but then again, the story is usually just so subpar that's probably what would keep you from getting hooked long term.
Yeah, I need to cry, dog. And Ryan, anything on Monster Hunter?
I don't have anything really besides that I really like the idea of it and it seems super cool, and though Gavin has hyped me up on it several times, and I don't know if did we buy it or did we play the beta? We played the beta.
Oh, that's right. We did play the beta.
And you were explaining to me how each weapon is like its own thing, and you commit to one and you get really good at it. And I love the depth of combat. I love the idea of hunting down the monsters and stuff. I just haven't really dug in there, but maybe one day there will be more Monster Hunters. It's cool.
Yeah, man. It's never too late to hop in.
Cool. Next thing, Sword of Legends. I think this is what they showed like a boss fight of, maybe. It was very Souls-like. In fact, I thought it was the next Black Myth game where the guy was fighting like a rug, I guess, demon. I don't know. It looked cool from that perspective, but again, they're all just starting to run together at this point. So I have to pick and choose my battles.
This is Black Myth, you said?
This is Swords of Legend. It gave me Black Myth vibes. That's what I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't. So...
Yeah, I don't know. No notes on this one for me. I think it was another one that just kind of blended in with all the others.
Yep. And then a big reveal for a lot of people. Not super huge for me, but I know a lot of people care, and will play the first one. So The Wolf Among Us 2 got a re-announcement, essentially, that it is coming in 2026, and then it was tied closely with this holiday season. They're going to do a remaster of the first Wolf Among Us. So I didn't play either of those. I played a good chunk. I played like all the Telltale Walking Dead stuff, but I didn't touch really anything else they did.
I played The Wolf Among Us, and it was really cool. I really liked it. I really didn't think we were going to get the second one ever. I thought it was going to be lost to time for sure.
I don't think anyone did.
Pretty cool that they're circling back around. I thought it was very unique when it came out, but it's really all I have. I remember liking it, but...
Cool.
Bro, you skipped Hot Wheels Infinite Rush.
I did skip Hot Wheels Infinite Rush, but unironically... Like, the last two Hot Wheels games have sold in the millions and sell really well and are apparently super fucking fun. Who knows? Maybe now that I got the kid, that's my perfect time to Hot Wheels it up.
That's your excuse.
So, even though I don't need him as an excuse. You're a blessing, child. If you ever listen to this, you're not an excuse. The next one I highlighted is Stellar Blade Blood Rain. That's the next Stellar Blade game. Where do we want to start, guys? The game's a ways off. It was just a cinematic trailer. Character uses her fists instead of swords, which I'm like totally into hand-to-hand melee combat. She does have that ass. Ass is back.
They made sure to show the ass jiggle like 5 times.
They
in the
showed
trailer.
it off. Yeah, they really highlighted it.
The internet is ablaze of like the Gooners being super hyped on it, and then another group of people being very upset because she looks very youthful.
She kind of does.
Concerningly so.
It's a little weird.
No, absolutely.
It did feel like it did look weird to me. At the same time, I think the big point of this conversation, and we're really not the people to have it because we're 3 fucking white guys.
Yeah.
Is in my definition, the issue that South Korea has with like beauty standards and the way people look. And the best way to like get a glimpse into that, in my opinion, is Will Tennyson, a big fitness YouTuber, love him or hate him. He just went there, and like one of his last videos in the last like 2 months, it was actually him going there and like how aggressive they are on like your appearance and trying to look youthful and far younger than you actually are, and your weight, and it's projected on you constantly, and like things just like it goes from size this, size that to size like obese and like those types of things, like from a self-esteem perspective. So all that to say, this game is developed by a South Korean company that is a very specific, right-on beauty standard of like that youthful look.
Yeah, but I mean, you can be like care about your looks without basically making just bait. I don't know. That's the weird part. I mean, it's like, hey, if that's what you like, that's what you like. I guess it pulls me out of it because otherwise, like the melee combat looks really cool.
Yeah,
I don't feel the need to mix those two particular interests of mine together. You know what I mean?
Definitely agree.
Yeah.
Like the second half of the trailer was way heavier on that, and the first half I was like, "This is really cool," and then I don't know, it was like a little much.
Yeah.
Did you play the first?
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't even know what Stellar Blade is. Like I don't know anything
We
about
haven't
it.
got time to dive in.
All right.
Watching the trailer though, I was like, "This is a very cool world. This seems
PlayStation
neat."
exclusive for a bit, third person, but like very sexualized character. In fact, the main outfit I kept her in though was like a pair of blue jeans because I was like, all right, this is.
You didn't do the skin suit, bro.
I like skimmed through them all or whatever, and I even brought my wife down. I was like, check this out, and like the one where like just straight up, it's all side boob and almost her bare ass.
The funniest shit with that game though, before we move on to me, was just like the discourse around people were like, these are like completely unrealistic beauty standards, and like this is so hypersexualized and weird. Why is this in the game? And then the like developer came out and was like, no, it was actually modeled after like a real woman who's like basically a supermodel.
Yeah.
And then all the gooners are like, see, it's a real person, and I'm like, yeah, but is it though?
Right.
I don't know.
And that's so back weird. To the point of how much work they all have done, and it's just like in that video I was talking about, in less than an hour, he's able to, as a foreigner, get Ozempic. Visiting South Korea. That gives you a perspective of how
less than an hour
aggressive it is. Yeah, less than an hour and under.
He was doing the Ozempic any percent run
and under $200. Like,
damn.
So just again, it's a different mindset. Like honestly, and like we can't say if they're right or wrong. Honestly, in a lot of ways. So next game, Guild Wars 3. I just kind of put it on here because Guild Wars 2 came out when I was like in 10th grade, and it's never came to console. So this is launching on console. It's the next Guild Wars. If you're big into MMOs, this is your joint. I am not. I will not be playing it, but I have 2 buddies that will be all about this.
Yeah, I know myself too well. Not doing an MMO this point in my life.
Guild Wars 2 always looked super fun. I like that. I think it's cool they're making another one because it was such a big. I don't know. It was like the alternative to World of Warcraft, right?
Yeah.
It felt like
it was competition, and I mean, World of Warcraft still only has World of Warcraft, right?
Right.
Guild Wars actually did a second game. Their big thing is if you buy their game, any updates, anything they do to it, you get. They don't do the expansion thing, and apparently they're going to try and do this with the third one. Yeah.
Wow.
As opposed to it being free and buying expansions or cheap and buying expansions or having a monthly subscription and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see how that works in today's day and age, but Yeah, so we'll see. The next game was a little indie game called End of Abyss. It was like a isometric camera, but it was like a sci-fi shooter horror game. It just looked very much like my kind of vibes.
Kind of swapped camera perspectives a few times, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was neat. I don't know.
So it was just that quick little trailer. So we'll see. It's coming out actually October 1st, so we'll see. Last Harbor, I highlighted for Ryan to at least make sure he watched it.
I don't think you highlighted it. That's a green one. That's
okay.
That's one.
Oh, okay.
The next couple are mine, I guess.
Yeah.
Last Harbor looks dope. It looks like Raft mixed with a zombie game, and that
Your islands and bases you build are on the water.
yeah.
You have to go forage on the land that's overtaken by zombies.
So cool. I love that.
I thought you would.
So they're zombies. They're not like eldritch deep sea horrors a la Lovecraft.
They look like they're like infected with like coral and stuff, and some of it like tied to the water piece. So maybe there's some of that, but they are definitely like humanoid transformed.
Yeah, that's a Ryan-esque game though. If ever I've
That looks
seen
cool,
one.
man. I don't know. I'm excited for that. That caught me off guard.
The
we already talked about RuneScape Dragon Wilds in the other one. The next one I highlighted that's green. I think this is my last one that I did. It was Orbitals. I don't know if you guys.
I don't remember this at all. That's how
So
much
it's
I
like
didn't care.
it's like It Takes Two, but make it in the style of what's the jazzy anime? 26 episodes ish. It's like
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, it's like 90s anime. It Takes Two.
I guess I need to rewatch this.
And
thing,
it's like a space. I think you'd be really into the
Cowboy
vibe of it.
Bebop's like my top
Yeah,
2 anime.
I don't like the art style. I've never seen a game like it. It looks insane. The art style's so cool. You got to watch the trailer if you haven't. Did you watch it, Gavin?
I did not know.
I watched the Game Awards. Maybe this one I took a pee break or something.
Maybe we'll circle back around because I was very surprised you didn't highlight that because the anime or the art style is very cool. I mean, it might not be your type of game, but
It might have been that too.
yeah, because it is definitely like a 2-player It Takes Two style, which I'll probably play with my buddy. But I really like the vibes of it.
Cool.
That's really it, though. The art style just looks really, really cool.
Yeah. The other game that's in early access that I'm thinking about trying out is this 1666 Amsterdam. It's by like one of the original creators of Assassin's Creed. He's been working on this game for like 10 years, but you're like a witch during like the witch trials, and you have like obviously witch powers and all kinds of stuff. The trailer looked really like cool, but who knows? It's gonna come to consoles eventually, but apparently it's got an early beta try it out thing going on for some of it. Right now, I don't know. It just looked cool. Like we don't get witch games.
Yeah, not a lot of witch games. I thought it looked cool as well. Not really.
It was cat heavy, which I'm cool with.
It was
Big
cat
cat
heavy.
guy over here. So
Yeah, we're getting to that point of the show that was kind of like the home stretch where I was like, I know they're just going to show a bunch of, how shall we say, filler content before the big reveal at the end.
yeah. So the
kinda
only other
zoned
stuff
out
we have
here.
highlighted for the show is Star Wars Zero Company that releases in late August. Showed gameplay. That's like a Star Wars game by the XCOM devs. So it's essentially Star Wars XCOM during like the Clone Wars or something like that. So looks cool. Not my jam at all.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. It's like I don't really care for the XCOM style, like turn-based everything. It's cool though.
You care about XCOM or any of that stuff, Gavin?
Nope, never got into it.
Okay, cool. And then I don't know why there says with a sequel teaser, but Blood of the Dawnwalker got another trailer for its release. The weird thing about it is it showed the character that you play as in current day as well, and we've not seen the character in current day at all. But then it like whips.
What do you mean by current day?
Like
Modern,
2020, like modern times.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's like a back in time kind of game where the protagonist is like reminiscing, or like what do you mean? When you say current, I'm not.
Have you
following.
not
Like,
watched the Blood of the Dawnwalker?
Isn't it like a medieval kind
Exactly.
of like RPG with vampires? And,
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden, there's just like a stint in that trailer they showed of him like sitting in like a current day like apartment with like cars outside and in current
I
like
didn't see that part.
today's
I
like
must have been skipping
streetwear,
around. I don't think I saw that.
streetwear and stuff, and then it like cuts back to like fighting in the medieval times, and it's like what the hell is going to happen with that? And they gave no explanation for what the hell that was, or
Dude, I hate when games do that. Just let me live in the fantasy world. Like, isn't that what they're doing with Black Flag? Like, apparently it had a bunch of like sequence breaks
they
where
cut that. Apparently they
just got rid of it.
Yeah, that's the whole Assassin's Creed thing. You like go back in time based on the DNA of an ancestor, and that's what you're playing as is the assassin.
Gotcha.
But yeah. So that was the main reason I highlighted that, because that's just a random thing. But there is the stuff in. It's a lot of the Witcher devs, right, went on to make this studio. There's the whole thing in like Witcher 3 where Ciri like travels through time, and she even has a line talking about essentially highlighting that she's been to the cyberpunk world. I think you can even get her sword in cyberpunk or something as like an Easter egg, but she talks about like seeing people with augments in their bodies and floating cars and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So,
I didn't realize that.
Wait, hold on. We haven't recorded an episode since the Witcher DLC announcement, The Witcher 3.
That is true, actually. They have a small insert.
You guys tracking that? That's crazy, man.
Crazy.
13 years later.
That's so cool,
story
honestly.
DLC. And I guess, like, hardcore fans, like, the sword he's holding is, like, her sword, so it's, like, pretty safe to assume it's just DLC setting up this fourth game where she's supposed to be the main character or whatever, but...
Right.
It's crazy. It's only for next gen. It's gonna like do some upgrades to the entire game and stuff. It's like, man, maybe I give The Witcher 3 my fourth try.
Yeah, that's exactly
you never
what...
finished it? Oh man,
Nope.
How have we not covered this in the backlog segment? Have you not either, Ryan?
No.
Oh my god, you guys!
No.
You a Witcher?
I love that game. I mean, the combat is a little rough, which is a lot. I understand. Like gameplay is the whole thing, but the story and the side quests are so good. The world building. Oh man,
That's a lot coming from you two, hanging up the gameplay on the but still sticking out because the story's so good. Because you're not usually that way, right?
Yeah,
I've played through like the Bloody Baron quest line, like the.
About to say, if the Bloody Baron doesn't grab you, just put the game down.
Oh well.
Yeah, because I mean, to me, that's about as good as video game storytelling gets.
Yeah. I really liked it. I just I got to like I get Skellige. Yeah.
Okay, you made it a decent way.
So like I played a decent amount of it. Yeah, I don't remember why I put it down, but like I did enjoy it. The Bloody Baron I remember being very good, but that's like, is that in the first area or in the...
Yeah, that's pretty well. Like there's the tutorial area, like not Orchid. But as soon as you're out in like Velen, I think it is, you can go straight to Bloody Baron if you want.
That's it.
Yep.
Cool.
Well, that DLC being out makes me kind of want to circle back, like you're saying. It's like that makes it relevant again, and it's like I don't know.
Like,
I do want to. I want to be a part of The Witcher 4 when it comes out, though, because we're still talking about The Witcher 3. It's been 13 years. Everybody is still like, it's the best game ever made, you know?
True.
Yep.
But, anyways.
Cool. So back to the last two announcements real quick. Power World 1.0 update coming out.
Kind of fun.
Fell off of it. Kind of cool, though, adding a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I never finished everything that was available in the beta, alpha, whatever. Good game, though. Fun. I mean, rip off, obviously, of Pokemon, blah, 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 whatever. But, like, totally different vibes. The survival crafting. I'd like to, I don't know, see what they put out in the 1.0, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Cool. And then the big reveal, Final Fantasy VII's, the remake, the third part, Revelation. So, actually had to search in my text with some buddies and screenshot it and prove that I predicted the title correctly out of all of my friends.
Nice.
How many R words could there have been?
True. It looks awesome. They're one of the biggest things to me that's coming back. Not only are we getting Sid and Vincent. Vincent, everybody thinks cool as shit, and he is cool as shit, especially considering how old we were when that came out. I love that Sid. Like Sid. They're both in the other game in Rebirth, but I love that he has a Southern accent so fucking much.
Okay, gotcha. I was gonna ask you, which one was which?
Yeah. Vincent's the edgelord.
See the vampire-looking dude.
Vincent is
okay,
and Sid is the pilot.
Gotcha.
It all looks good. I won't talk about it too lengthy because you guys are kind of closing in on somewhat the end of remake.
Oh, really?
Okay. Kind of, sort of.
It's kind of
depends on how much you let yourself get distracted, I think, is really where you're both at, honestly. The biggest thing is they revealed they're adding the job system back in, which is like a huge Final Fantasy staple that fell off many years ago, where you I assign you as a mage, and you are the mage, and yes, you can do other things, but you get buffs for doing magic, and you're the warrior, so you get buffs for doing... more warrior-based attack or like maybe defending others.
Like each of your party members, you assign them a specific role?
Yeah. Okay. And it can changes their outfits and gives them buffs to certain stats and stuff. They didn't go into the details of it, but that looked super cool. A lot more open world. You're going to get the airship, the high wind, be able to fly it around, which is super awesome.
That is cool.
The open worldness was crazy. The being able to jump off that ship and just land wherever on the island or whatever, like that's crazy, dude. I don't know.
Also revealed a lot more of it than I think anyone expected, and it's due out in spring of 27. And because they've been so cheeky about this, I think like April 10th next year in 27 is the 7-year anniversary of the remake coming out. But or something like that. That's a Saturday, but the 9th is the day before, and I could see them trying to get all 3 parts out in celebration of the 7th anniversary, and then they would have gotten all 3 parts out in 7 years, like exactly too, as just like a cheeky little nod. It's also impressive to get those 3 games out in 7 years. Will be bananas to have done that.
That is pretty wild. They're big games, technically impressive.
Yeah, it's where I would tell a lot of people to jump in on Final Fantasy. If you're curious about like Final Fantasy and you're good with the 2D art style, you don't want to deal with like old things. Actually, the first game I would suggest would actually be Final Fantasy 6. If you can do pixel art and want to experience what Final Fantasy has always been, and what people will argue is at least it's always in the top 3. A lot of people would say it's the best Final Fantasy. Just play Final Fantasy 6. So, but 7 has just got a lot more of like today's expectations for games, fidelity.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. But yeah, super hyped for that. Anything for you guys is like people who are kind of in the realm of getting into Final Fantasy?
That's the tricky part, because I'm like, I have a whole nother game and a half before I can really even think about this, you know?
True.
But I don't know. I mean, it looked fun. It looked like a really big game, really ambitious game. And I was excited to see some of the party members return, at least Tifa from the remake. So there's that. I'm like, well, I guess she lives. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Is Rebirth the same kind of combat as remake, and do you expect Revelation to continue that? Was it ATB or something?
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah.
So
I'm about in the same boat. Very similar to what Gavin said. I'm not there. I still don't have the hooks in me that it's like, this is my game and my series. So like, I can't even, it's hard to really picture Revelations at this point because I haven't seen enough of the world. I was a little intimidated almost by how big it looked, like with the open worldness. Like it seemed like a lot, but it looks cool. I don't know.
I do think stretching this game out into 3 games was a mistake because they've bloated it so much with mini games and stuff. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Especially like Rebirth does have a lot of mini games. They're optional, but they're also easy to get sucked into. So I would keep that in mind as you move forward. So where are we at on ratings? That's the end of that.
I'm gonna go with a C+ for Summer Games Fest.
Wow, lower than the PlayStation show.
Yeah, it's maybe better than average, but if so, just barely, which I think is kind of what C+ is. So, I don't know. I could see how, like, if you're a Resident Evil guy, which Matt is, and if you're a Final Fantasy guy, which Matt is, this is like...
this is
a bombshell of a show.
A+ tier for me.
But there's the only thing on here that I am for sure going to buy without reservation is the Monster Hunter Wilds DLC. And even then, I'm not like that hyped about it. Like, we all knew it was coming. Like, they always get a Master Rank expansion. I don't know. There's just there's not a ton on here that really jumps out to me. But that's just a taste thing. What about you guys?
I think I'm sitting at a nice A-.
Oh, okay.
I've been waiting for the Veronica remake for a long time. I mean, I haven't played them, but like, it's almost like the Witcher 3 levels where like everybody in that community is like, it's the best game, you have to play it, you know?
Okay.
So I've been waiting for that.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I mean, that one's huge, honestly. That pulls a lot of weight here for me. And then the Last Harbor looked really fun. I thought Orbitals looked really cool. And obviously, Revelation is cool in a way that makes me want to go back and play 7 or in a remake and then Rebirth. So that just hypes me up. I don't know. I like the games that were showed off. I thought it was fun. Did you say A or A+,
Yeah,
man?
I'm AA+. I mean, they opened the show with a Resident Evil and closed it with a Final Fantasy game. They sandwiched me right in the middle. Like, you Eiffel Tower me with Resident Evil and Final Fantasy and then a little bit of good stuff in the middle. Like, I'm good. So, cool. So next, let's just go right into the Xbox Showcase. This one will actually be pretty quick, I think, overall. I highlighted a good chunk of stuff, but again, we'll just kind of highlight stuff. So Gears of War E-Day, right out of the gate, showed a lot of gameplay. This is a prequel to all Gears of War. So it is like Dom and Marcus. So Dom is back actually as your companion to Marcus in this, and so it is like the Locusts breaking through in the beginning of like that war with them.
That's so hype. And is it going to have multiplayer?
Yeah.
That'll be cool. I hope they have horde mode. I hope they have the online. Like that would be really
big full
fun.
campaign. Looks beautiful. So yeah, I would definitely implore you both to check out all of the stuff they revealed on it. It looks.
And it'll be on PlayStation, right?
It will not.
It won't. Oh.
In fact, there's actually rumors that about 2 weeks before they sent an internal memo that said we're not releasing it, and they did. Then they leaned into several games saying Xbox exclusive. So the new CEO is definitely trying to get in the good graces of the Xbox fans and leaning into that again. And
is it
honestly, some of that stuff's good. We need the competition and the.
Oh, I agree. That's a larger conversation. Do you think
Yeah.
it was because Sony, like 2 weeks ago, was like, yeah, we're not going to make, like, our first-party games are going to be exclusives from here on out?
I think it's some of that, and I think it's some of just, like, the fans, like, right when she took her new position, they were like, we need exclusives back, and she was like, I see you, I hear you on, like, Twitter and stuff, so, or X.
Is it a console exclusive?
I think so.
No PC, Xbox?
I don't know if they're still going to do that for that one.
That's
So I know, like, later on,
So
we'll talk
we'll be
about
playing
Clockwork
that.
Revolution later. It is console exclusive.
I
on
knew
that
there was one that said that, yeah.
So it may not be, but we'll see. So
I sure hope not.
and then they did a new trailer for the new Fable. So that had gotten delayed. We haven't actually had a weekly episode since that delay.
That trailer was really sick. I'm excited for that game.
Yeah, Fable does look really good. That is still coming to everything. They're honoring anything that they announced, which leads into the next game, which is Halo Combat Evolved campaign. Just the campaign that has no multiplayer, but that's still coming to PlayStation. So it's going to be funny, as we're probably going to end up with the first Gears and the first Halo on PlayStation, and then
before they lock it all down.
and then they're going to lock them all back down, probably.
It's kind of wild though to see like a Halo game on PlayStation.
It is bananas, dude. I have no problem with console exclusives personally, and I think like it really is kind of required to have competition in the space.
Yeah.
And that type of thing from like a console.
I'm with you. It's healthy, as annoying as it
does.
is.
It suck to have to? Yeah, like as annoying as it is, like 100%. I'm even cool with them not bowing down and letting them be on PC too. I think like it helps them make sure they're still getting sales.
Yeah,
all of that.
That part's a little more rough.
I don't know. I don't know where I land on all this. I don't know that I don't know that I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm okay with them. I don't know that I support the exclusives in general, but
again, another longer conversation, I guess. Resonance. Jesus. A Plague's Tale Legacy. So it's like, I think a game in that Plague's Tale universe, but it's like a third-person action game. It looked real cool. Combat looked really good.
Oh, it's not like a story puzzle game like
the other two.
Innocence, and I forgot what the other one.
Just A Plague Tale, I think, right? Requiem, maybe? Is that it?
Yeah, something like that.
But so it looks really cool and just like not connected.
Okay, wow.
So, that's out in August. Persona 4 Revival was showed. It gave us the release date of February 18th, but we already knew Persona 4 was getting the same treatment as Persona 3 did a couple years ago. So
we did know that?
Yeah, that had already been revealed.
Gotcha.
Then we got a big trailer for Metro 2039, which we already knew existed, and then we got a little bit of gameplay revealed, and that it's coming out in like the February 2027 window. So that looks pretty good. Any thoughts on any of that stuff?
Persona's in Ryan's backlog, right?
Persona 5 specifically, I think, was, right?
Yeah, sorry. I thought we were moving on quick, since you said we'd already knew that. I didn't know Persona 4 was getting remade. That kind of hyped me up, but I mean, I don't think it looks as cool. I don't think it looks as stylish and jazzy as Persona 5, and I don't think it looks as like somber as Persona 3 with the death tones, so it doesn't look as interesting. And those are already games I don't know that I'm going to make it around to play, and I want to play. But
yeah, its color is yellow, right? Every Persona has a color,
yeah.
and it's like all through like TV and radio.
Yeah,
like it's
Midnight Channel and
that kind of stuff. So probably cool. I might get to it. I hope. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I like. People love these games, so I'm hyped to see another one remade because all my friends love them, and it makes me hyped for them. But it's going to be a long time before I touch that, if ever. But
cool. I highlighted Bad Magpie. That's just a trailer you guys need to watch. It looked like you're just like a little magpie, like doing little things and little missions. But it also was a funny trailer. Like there's like a part where it's like all somber, he's all alone. He like has a little magpie like tear come out, and then it's like back to mischief. And just so it just looked like one of those fun games. And then Wulong 2: Wings of Ember was revealed. So it's a Souls like a level based. I think a Team Ninja.
I think I'm the only one who's played the first one, right?
Yeah.
It's okay.
It fell off.
Be real with you. Yeah, there's so many other good Souls likes.
Yeah. So we'll see on that, I guess. Join us. It's gonna have 4-player online co-op. This is literally where you're building your own cult.
It was pretty funny.
It looked hilarious. Yeah. So I put it on here specifically for Ryan. Like it was highlighted already for you. That
it definitely looked like my type of thing. It was very funny. The trailer. I'm excited to see how it goes.
Yeah. And then they revealed Senua, which that's just the name of it as of right now, which is like the 3rd game in the like Senua series. They showed a lot more combat. Obviously, those games look beautiful. They are kind of weird. They look great, but apparently the second one wasn't that good.
Did you guys play?
I played the first one.
I played Senua's Sacrifice. Yeah, me too. Because the second one was Xbox exclusive, so I didn't get to play it.
Yeah, and like now it's on other stuff. But by the time I got over there, it was like the reviews had already made me be like, I don't know if I want to touch this.
Dude, the first game is so good though.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And so,
I have not played these games.
Yeah, it's more of a wait and see because they revealed the second game with the Xbox reveal, and it took forever to come out. So I hope they're not jumping the gun again on themselves and revealing shit way too early.
Yeah. But that one's not exclusive though, right?
Not exclusive, correct.
So,
they even showed they showed that it wasn't exclusive there.
Yes, that's exciting.
Crazy Taxi World Tour, so a new Crazy Taxi game from Sega. If you've played Crazy Taxi, looked like Crazy Taxi, which is just like fun and arcadey. They are under a little bit of fire now because they confirmed that they did use a lot of AI, I guess, in development. So make your decisions on that. It kind of does change my mind on it a lot. We don't need to talk about the Xbox Series limited console other than it is cool to see a see-through green console.
Yeah,
it's just like kind of cool to see a throwback.
Yeah.
The funniest part though is the back panel where like the ports are is apparently not see-through. The whole thing's see-through except for that one panel. I don't know.
That's weird.
What's up with that? Magicians, the Devil's Deal. They revealed that. This actually had me pretty intrigued. The art style was very like Dishonored. But I don't know if I've ever played a game where you're like a magician. Like
it was really weird.
He was like twirling his wand and shit, and he was like a magician.
Yeah, it gave me like Bioshock vibes or something with like the plasmids and twirling them around and everything, and like all the different powers.
Yeah,
like a magician, dark magician. I don't know.
It gave me the aesthetic of the aesthetic of like I said, Dishonored, but also for some reason it kind of made me think of Cuphead, and I think that's just because like the devil is like the deal with the devil is like a big part of Cuphead, right?
Is this an imp sim or like what kind of?
No, it's like a first person like like Bioshock, I guess. Like go through these like levels and areas, magicking around and like throwing cards at people.
Kind of untapped kind of idea, right?
Yeah,
right. Like Avowed had like the wand stuff, which I thought was really cool. I didn't play that, but we need more like spellcasty stuff like that.
That isn't Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
So, cool. Valor Mortis got a new trailer and a release window. That's the other game that has a demo only on Steam, and I'm gonna play that this weekend because that looks awesome, and I just need to make sure it plays good. From like a first-person Souls-esque game. So, not a lot to say there other than that. And please chime in if I'm going too fast on anything. We got the new trailer for Castlevania Belmont's Curse, and I was, that's what I was. Just, release date's October 15th. It's a freaking.
So it was already announced, right?
Yes.
But you just got the trailer. Okay.
Yeah, we got a new, more extended trailer. It did confirm that it's Rose Belmont is her name, and the release date wasn't given yet.
Looks good. It's so exciting to see those games coming back. Yeah. But I've seen some people like in the Castlevania community being like, "No, this is not what the OG's games are about." Like,
so there's Castlevania, the level based. You move through level to level. There's Castlevania, which is like this, where you progress, you hit a block, you go another way, you unlock an ability that lets you get through the area. Then there's Castlevania, the 3D action-adventure games. There's like essentially 3 flavors of Castlevania type of games. So yes, it is not like OG Castlevania. It is like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the most acclaimed, one of the most acclaimed video games of all time.
So would you say it's a Metroidvania?
No, I would say it's more of a first-person shooter.
Oh, okay.
Search action game.
Yeah. What is it? Point and click?
No, for real. That does look good, though.
Yeah. So, and then a big one that was only really just a little bit of a graveyard, and then the title splash, but was Persona 6 confirmed in development. Also, kind of fun that Xbox got to reveal the one that's using the green color.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's fun.
So they've just been having a really good relationship with Atlas and Sega. So, a kind of a bad room, like we already kind of knew.
Yeah. I kind of think that's more hype than the fourth for me, because like if at this point I feel like I'm too late to all the others. So if there's a new one and it turns out really good, jumping in kind of seems, because they're all independent, you know.
And let me put this in the ether, the same as if there's another Final Fantasy that comes out, a main number. Personas exist in their own world. There are things that weave them together that don't matter that much. You can just pick up Persona 6 and be good.
Right.
You can pick up Persona 5 today and be good. You don't need Personas 1 through 5. You don't need Final Fantasies 1 through 10 to play 16, you know, like
right.
It's that same type of thing. There's actually a lot of conversation of like, should these long-running franchises drop the numbers if they are made in that way and maybe just do a colon
It's
name?
kind of weird. A colon name would make more sense, but I don't know. It's probably hard to break tradition, you know.
It's true, right? And there's somebody's gonna get pissed off about it, right? So
either way,
another one that did make me kind of like warm inside and excited was they revealed that Spyro is getting a new like Spyro game, and like that's a childhood series. I mean, that purple dragon is so fucking cute. He's voiced by Tom Kenny. Tom Kenny's coming back. Who does Tom Kenny voice, boys? I can't hear you.
No, seriously?
Yes, Tom Kenny is the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Wow.
He is also the voice of Spyro in a lot of things. He wasn't in Spyro 1, but he was in Spyro 2 and 3. So,
Nice.
just gotta give that fellow a shout out.
Yeah, that's fun.
And then Clockwork Revolution. This is a Xbox console exclusive. They like had several splash screens like, haha, suck it nerds, this is on Xbox console only. It looks kind of Dishonored, kind of BioShock inspired. You're like a merry band of thieves about to perform a heist. You get busted and then something goes awry and your character gets transported back in time like several years before the heist. Like as the city's being built, so you get to like sabotage and dictate things to then before, I guess towards the end of the game, you're going to go forward in time and try to redo the heist. Maybe. It looks very cool. It's like super steampunk aesthetic. No official release date, but it's in 2027, I think is what they said. So
that is pretty cool.
Cool.
I honestly didn't. I don't know. I saw the heist stuff and I kind of zoned out.
The heist stuff I didn't like at first, and then when they like took the one character back in time, and I was like, oh, okay, so you are still this one character.
Okay.
And all this
I should have given it more time, because I think I even didn't watch the whole trailer, because I was like, I don't know, it's a heist game, I'm out.
Yeah, I was like, does that mean somebody's got to be the strategist and somebody's got to be the, I don't know, whatever you do in a heist. I'm not heisting these days, so.
I'm not known to heist.
Any thoughts on that for you guys?
Xbox exclusive. I'm sad. Means I won't play it.
Yeah, if it's console exclusive, there's probably very unlikely I'll play it.
Well, let me speak from my place of high privilege. I've got an Xbox Series X too, so I literally made the comment of like, fuck, I'm gonna have to turn this thing on and update it and make sure it's all ready to roll in preparation for, specifically, I think I said it about Gears in August, but
if Gears, I don't know. I'm probably not going to buy an Xbox just for that. That would bum me out if Gears is just Xbox console, because I do want to play it.
If y'all do take the time to watch that gameplay and stuff, Gears is looking real good.
Yeah. I mean, I want to play
Don't tease
Horde
me.
and multiplayer, and even the story. They're good at making trailers. They are.
That's true.
Like, they're very good at that. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe
They even bring up the original Gears trailer and like a behind the scenes thing they talk about.
talking about that Mad World trailer.
Yeah.
They bring that trailer up.
Dude, that
specifically.
trailer. Holy shit. And then the winner is that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's the Xbox one. So I'll go for it. Believe it or not, I actually, watching them all in the moment, I had originally wrote down, I put this at like an A, B plus, tier. I put it actually above the Sony showcase. So for me,
Interesting.
I thought a lot of stuff looked really cool. I think it's a lot of like in the right direction for Xbox. And then like, though I've been a little bit more of a Sony pony over the last several years and whatnot. I was a big Xbox 360 guy. And I firmly believe like we need more competition. We just can't have Nintendo and Sony because they exist at such a different end of the spectrum. Look at the way fucking Nintendo price gouges on shit, honestly.
No, you're right. It's just like, Microsoft is the issue.
Yeah,
right?
So if Microsoft can get some competition going with Sony, like, well, we'll be safe. But if not, Sony's going to get a fucking arrogance about them and say shit like, well, we'll get a second job to afford our console again. And it's just a race to the bottom. So.
Yeah. I guess I'll say I think a B plus. I think this is slightly more exciting than the State of Play, just almost solely just for the Persona games. Just I don't know. That's very hype for the community, and I've seen a lot of videos of people freaking out about Persona 6. And when I saw it was Persona 6, I was like, "That's crazy!" You know, like it was actually exciting. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to undermine that. Like, I've not fully beat a Persona game,
Yeah.
but I understand how important a lot of that stuff is.
That's
to
where I'm
people
at.
too, right? Yeah.
I've barely played any of them, but I was just like, it's just so exciting. Like I got caught up in it, but
Yeah, it's ironic. This is the one I didn't watch, and it's probably my highest rated. It'd probably B plus or A minus. There's so many good announcements on here, or just trailers for things that are already announced. Got Gears, Halo, Fable. Like, that's classic Xbox right there, baby. And then the newer stuff, like Metro, Senua, Castlevania. Like, just really good lineup.
Yeah.
So
we kind of trucked through the Halo. We didn't talk about it a lot. That looked really good. The graphics look cool.
Look visually good. And it was also revealed that apparently the trailer they showed was the PS5 Pro trailer. Even at the Xbox showcase. I don't know
really
what's up with that.
Yeah.
because Xbox doesn't really have a pro console, right?
PS5 Pro is probably the best console experience,
I guess
right?
so. But yeah, so and they are adding like 3 or 4 missions to Halo, like that campaign, and like 2 of them are prequel missions to flesh that story out a bit more. And it doesn't come multiplayer, but yeah,
I didn't know that.
I mean, all 3 of those, Fable, Halo, and Gears, are all like day one. I think because there's nothing right there up against them that I would push. Like, they're not in that September bad frame.
Yeah.
So they're like day one. I'll get them and play them right away.
Nice.
So.
My only gripe with like what I've seen so far is the graphics do look really pretty, but everyone looks too clean. You know what I mean? Like the armor looks like almost like the Spartan armor, like almost cartoonish.
I didn't love the way the Spartan armor looked.
Yeah, and like people's faces and stuff, like the Marines' faces, and like I don't know, it's just very clean and just very modern. I don't know. Maybe there's just like nostalgia.
Really, the only
play.
thing that caught my eye specifically that I was like, "This is sick," was like the Pillar of Autumn and the Halo ring and like the space.
That was cool.
I thought looked really cool. But
Also, I don't think Johnson is voiced by the same person.
Oh, really? They didn't bring the same
I don't
guy
think
back.
that was the same voice actor.
Well, and they had Chief like talking in the trailer, which is kind of like a no. I mean, he doesn't even speak.
But he even makes that
hardly
one
in
joke, and he says like something about not saying much, and he like goes no. And I think they did that just to like confirm like it is Steve Downs or whatever coming back as Chief.
I see.
Because his voice is iconic for a little bit. We hear it.
Yeah, and Cortana's voice actors came back too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
cool. All right, let's roll into the Nintendo Direct. This one is going to be the shortest, truthfully. This is also going to be my lowest rated one. Spoilers. I'm going to tell you that now personally. But a ton of stuff just getting its Switch 2 ports at full fucking price. That's what I think makes me mad. I don't even think they're offering upgrade paths on a lot of the stuff. So there are a couple of highlights I called out here. If you guys have anything to add, please add them. But we'll move through them kind of quick. But the big thing was Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. We already knew about it. I think it had already been revealed. But we got the release date of September 9th or 17th for that. I'm not a Fire Emblem guy. It's actually out of all the Nintendo franchises, it's one of the ones I just let fall by the wayside a long time ago. I'm not really into like the strategy type games. So
yeah.
I mean,
I played a few of them, maybe 2. I really enjoyed them, but they were just kind of like games I had when I was a kid. I didn't really fall in love with them. I just enjoyed them.
Sweet. Gavin, you said same, just blind spot and not an interest spot. Xenoblade Chronicles 1 through 3. I bitched about Switch 2 ports, and then I'm going to immediately say Xenoblade Chronicles 1 through 3 are getting Switch ports, which they are pretty sprawling JRPGs, so they could take advantage of like the nicer hardware. Again, they're all releasing at like full retail price of like $50 or $60 a pop, and it's 3 games. Now you're talking about like 400 to 500 hours worth of game for all of them. So that is a lot of game for like $150.
Dude. Yeah.
I've always wanted to try that franchise, but that's what people say. They're like,
they are good
take
games.
forever.
They
That's
are
a lot of
very
time.
good games. And there's Xenoblade Chronicles X in there too, right?
Did you say a piece 400 to 500 hours?
No, total.
Oh, total. Okay.
Again, that's if we kind of are going for like more completionist style, but you're still looking at like 80 hours a pop, minimum.
Okay. That's more reasonable. That's still a lot. I don't know.
Like absolute minimum. I'm talking like no side missions kind of.
Wow, like straight beeline.
Very amazing games. But then right after that, they rolled into the reveal of Xenoblade Genesis, which is going to be the next Xenoblade game. They're not doing a 4. Don't know if it's technically going to be 4. They're going to drop numbers, or if it's going to exist kind of like X does. We'll see. So, looks like it's pretty far along in development, but they just said 2027 was the goal for getting that out. And then I should have bumped this one up, but they showed just a little bit more about Star Fox. Didn't linger on it too long, and they did show some other stuff in here. There was no like Mario's. There were no. Yeah. Well, there was another very popular franchise, that kind of stuff. But Star Fox has a demo right now that's out, so you can play the demo and check that out. So that's good for anybody that's on the fence, because Star Fox has been away for so long. For you drop the $50 on it, because it is only a $50 game, if I understand correctly. So then they announced the Kingdom Hearts games are all coming, and this is actually kind of a shitty thing, and this can be a spin-off topic at some point for us, but essentially all the Kingdom Hearts collections are coming to Switch 2 or Switch. Physically on the cartridge, you download them. It's like almost 600 gigs for all of them. They're discontinuing the cloud versions that they've had available by the end of like the summer of 2027, and you don't automatically get to have the downloaded version. You have to pay to upgrade to get them. So you are actually losing your versions you have bought if you don't have them installed or running, because they're running through like a cloud instance.
Yeah.
It's a whole real shitty thing that they're going to probably have to fix, because people are going to have backlash like crazy over it. Resident Evil 2 is notorious. Like if you buy the cart or whatever, you're just unlocking to be able to run it off of the cloud. It can't run natively on the Switch.
That's really weird. Yeah.
Stuff like that. So the way they've done it. So they're really fucking a lot of people over on the Kingdom Hearts thing. But then they tried to get in the good graces because they put a trailer out for Kingdom Hearts 4. Yeah, and the crowd goes wild. I thought the trailer was kind of meh. It was just a little bit more of the trailer we had seen like 2 years ago. They gave no release details. I have a weird history with Kingdom Hearts that we'll get into at some point. And I actually, played through at least the first 2 and then 2 of the spinoffs like 2 years ago now, and like I did like sob uncontrollably at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 and was like, oh, I get it, like very Danny DeVito meme about it.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I think this fan base is borderline sometimes a little too they let too much slide. Let them get away with too much.
Yeah, interesting.
I'm thirsty.
I don't have like any experience with them. I did weirdly play like one of the spin-off games on a mobile, like I don't know if it was 365 over 2 or if it was the other one,
Dream Drop Distance.
Yeah, it was a turn-based, and it was
Chain of
Memories.
Is that it?
Yeah, Chain of Memories.
Like the card turn-based thing.
Yeah. That's the only one I've played.
Which is like a kind of retelling of the first game or something like that.
Really?
I think,
okay.
Or something. Yeah. It's all very convoluted. Gavin, I assume.
Most of these Nintendo games are blind spots for me. Sorry, man.
Yeah, you're good. And then the big thing that everybody's like super hyped up, and people are like, "Oh, this was better than anything," is they did reveal the Ocarina of Time remake. Now, this would have hit harder if all the leaks wouldn't have kind of been proven true on all the stuff before. Kind of like, okay, yeah, they're definitely doing this. It is also the 40th year of Zelda this year, so they had to do something big. It is a full remake of Ocarina of Time. So it is slated to come out in 2026. They didn't give us any date at all. I assume it's going to be as close to the end of the year as possible.
Yeah, that seems fast to be releasing it after announcing it just now.
They're always weird. They'll release the year and then they'll do a direct and just say, this is the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time direct. And it'll be 30 minutes and it'll just be about that game.
I see.
It's kind of how Nintendo does their thing. I'm hyped for it. It looks like there's not really a lot to say. It looks like anything, right?
Yeah.
It's an all-timer, right? It's always in a top 10 list of the greatest games of all time, probably even top 5.
No, I definitely agree. Yeah.
Not my favorite Zelda. It's not my favorite N64 Zelda. I'm a big Majora's Mask guy, but I was also a hyper-depressed child, and that's the more depressing game. So
yeah, it is.
With like the fleetingness of time and the world being
Everybody
destroyed,
facing their mortality.
So,
I don't know that I've sat down and ranked the Zelda games, but it'd probably be hard for me to not put that first. I love that game. I don't know. The trailer didn't reveal like anything, but I was like very nostalgic for how it just like zoomed in on Link's room and him sleeping in that bed. I don't really know why that was so iconic to me, but I don't know. It landed for me, but I really want to know what it's are they like changing the combat style at all, or is it just a straight 1-for-1 like texture remake, do we think? I don't know. Like
I'm thinking for the most part it's a 1-for-1 texture remake and maybe modernizing that combat. It's still very much like the third
I just wonder what that
person.
looks like. Are they going to make it feel like Breath of the Wild kind of combat, or is it going to be like
maybe the combat, but obviously I don't think they're going to have like
not
weapons
the durability.
breaking.
Yeah, I don't want that, but I would be down for like the combat system, but like no durability. I don't know.
And will they fix stuff like the notorious, like even though people consider it one of the greats, it also has like one of the most notoriously like frustrating levels of all time with the water temple stuff, right?
Yeah.
And like the puzzle that it is and that kind of stuff. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Depending on when it releases and just everything else, it'll probably be close to a day one pickup for me. It is also Switch 2 exclusive, so
Yeah.
keep that in mind. If it is a non-negotiable game for you and that much nostalgia, keep in mind that the Switch 2 price increase happens in like September or something. So, it's not going to be out by September. So
we're approaching critical mass of games I want to play to buy a Switch 2 with like the Dust Bloods and with Ocarina of Time and Star Fox and I don't know.
I guess actually that's a good point. I didn't put the Dusk Bloods thing on here. That's how disappointed I think I was.
They didn't announce anything. They were just like, there's gonna be a closed beta that you probably can't be in.
They showed a trailer that had 4 seconds of not seen before parts of the trailer, maybe.
Yeah.
And then they said, there's like a summer network test, and that's it. It was the dumbest fucking thing I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I just wish I hope they would drop it before September, but it's just not likely.
Yeah, at this point,
because I'm kind of thinking like, do I just go ahead and get a Switch Switch 2 before the price goes up? Like $450, like in this economy for a handheld is actually amazing.
I mean, what do you do? Buy it, sit on it sealed, and then the price goes up, and you just sell it for what you had paid for it at retail, and somebody's still saving $50 that wants one, and not to like support that thought process because that stuff like from a scalper, but that's not really scalping if you like straight didn't open it, right?
I would definitely pick up the Ocarina of Time remake though, because I never really got to experience that game as a kid. So
it feels like it'd be a good time to get your feet wet with it.
Sure.
And I know now they come with like a voucher to you can either pick between I think it's maybe Metroid Prime 4, Donkey Kong, or Mario Kart World as like your game. You get a voucher to pick one of those games when you buy the console.
That's cool.
I think instead of like mine, it was either buy it and then buy Mario Kart World separate, or buy it with Mario Kart World digital. And
you just get one of those games if you buy a Switch 2?
It might have a markup. I don't know. Right, but
that's cool.
I mean, if you're going to buy one, you're going to want a game, and Donkey Kong specifically is like the best use of the console and experience, especially if you like Mario Odyssey. Then you should like Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
So
if we were going to lean in and get a Switch 2 anyways, I do think it's cool. Like the form factor of it's really nice, and like the power to performance is good compared to like the PC handhelds.
Yeah.
And there's games like Rebirth is on there now, so like we could almost get that instead of playing it on PC or on PlayStation 5.
True.
And that'd be
that's
kind
one
of
thing we didn't touch on too. Just because you're saying that, Revelation is launching on everything. It's not exclusive to anything when it launches. The third part of Final Fantasy.
Does it launch on Switch 2 day one?
Actually, I don't know if they revealed that for that.
Yeah.
Rebirth is on there, but
Rebirth
might
took a while to get it on there. Yeah,
they might try to launch them all on there.
Yeah.
Just another point though, it's going to be on PC, all of it, right away.
That's the one thing though that sucks about having a Nintendo is like they're gonna get you on the software, man.
Yeah, it's
Like,
expensive.
you're lucky
You're
if
gonna
that
get
shit goes on
$5
sale for
off.
$50. Yeah.
Yeah.
And same with the accessories and everything.
Cool.
Ugh.
Well, this rating wise for me, this show kind of sits at like a B-, C+ level. Honestly,
That's right around where I'm at.
if they would have showed some actual shit, and then there was a lot of wasted. There was a new like Wii Sports game revealed, and like Wii Sports has like 20 different types of mini games. They decided to take like 15-20 minutes to show the fucking thumb wrestling mini game. I was just sitting there like, what the fuck am I doing? Yeah, I was kind of like meh on it.
I think I'm B-. It's locked in.
I can't give a
You almost-
opinion
yeah,
because
did
I
not
really didn't
DNF.
see it, and I don't even know most of these franchises really well. So
70% of the show is them just going, hey, look, this game that's been out for like a year or two, it's now getting a Switch 2 port for full price, which also is just annoying as shit to me.
yeah,
So
that's crazy.
cool. And then there was a small PC game show, this PC gaming like showcase or something like that.
Yeah, PC Gaming Show 2026. They do it, I think, every year around this time, and it's kind of always. I hate to call it disappointing because like it's very specifically meant to be all these indie games that are not called out on the other consoles because they're not first party, and they're not even third party. I mean, they're like like a dude made them.
Yeah.
And so like most of them I don't recognize, so I didn't even put them on the list or anything. There was just two things I wanted to shout out. One is Valheim 1.0 is finally coming out with the final biome. It'll be fully completable as a game.
You're a big Valheimian, right?
I love Valheim, and I'm
Bill
gonna.
Heinier.
I swear, I'm gonna convince somebody to return to the Nordic dream of slaying all these gods. And then the last area is the True North, as it looks like, and it's like. I don't know, man. I'm definitely gonna go through and play it all again if it's a complete package now because it's so good.
Cool.
Other than that, there's this game called Outward, and Outward 2 got revealed or maybe not revealed. I don't even know. It probably
I've
already
heard
existed.
of Outward, but I don't know anything about it
Yeah.
anyway. So.
I actually think it already existed, but I guess it's a new trailer. But Outward's like super hardcore and like crunchy RPG, fantasy magic RPG, and you play as like a peasant almost, and it's like brutally hard. And
So like Kingdom Come,
play the first
but
one?
with fantasy elements.
it's like harder than Kingdom Come, I think. I don't know. Like it's like ridiculous. I haven't played a ton of it. I've played some with a friend because it's all co-op all the way through.
It seems cool. Like it's like a very grounded fantasy experience where you're kind of like you're nothing and you have to.
Does it have all the like manage your water and food and build a camp shit?
I don't know, but yeah, it does. Yeah.
God damn it! If they would just make these types of games and drop that stuff, or let me turn it off, I would be so much more inclined.
I'd be fair. I'm on board with being the accessibility to turn them off because like it's really weird because like the magic system is like super like arcane and obscure. It's like to cast a spell, you have to like draw a circle on the ground and stand in the circle and then use your rune to like cast it, and it's like then you get one little cast and it's like
Little fucks.
and you're like, okay, well, I'm a peasant, I can't do magic right
Every
now.
time you say super, I think of Super Hot. I don't know if y'all ever played that game.
Oh yeah, I played
best,
Super.
best
Hot.
VR game. It's a very good 2D game too, but
Yeah.
best VR game almost that exists. That was it. All right.
What do you give it? What do you rank it?
C plus.
I got nothing for it. It's a PC out of
Yeah.
PC. Well, that's the award show's wrapped up now, so let's just truck right into reader mail really quick. And we've got a message from Emma, and Ryan, take it away since you've got it pulled up.
Yeah, I've got it here. So the question says, yo, what are your recommendations for two-player couch co-op games? We've worked our way through a lot of the normal choices, like Split Fiction, It Takes Two, etc., but want something that isn't too rage-inducing or accidentally competitive.
All right, sick. Mortal Kombat. Get the Mortal Kombat and fight each other.
Fight each other.
And rip each other's guts out. Every time there's an argument, settle it with the Mortal Kombat. I don't know if they battle in arenas, I guess, right?
Relationship goals right there.
I'm going to be the least helpful on this. The first game that I actually thought of before I looked up a list online, because I'm a dirty cheater, was Unraveled 2, actually. Don't really need to play the first one, but you're like a little yarn character. I think his name's even Yarny. In the first game, it's just a little simple platformer. He's made of yarn, and then the sequel introduced, I don't know, Yarnet. I have no clue. But it is 2-player like all the way through. So
yeah, I actually haven't played that one. I've thought about it many times. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say, I mean, like, there's a couple ones that, like, I mean, we talked about Stardew last week, or not last week, but on a previous episode. That's obviously like the king for me. And then in that same vein, It Takes Two and Split Fiction. The one before that, is A Way Out, which we may have mentioned before. I'm not sure, but it's a much shorter experience. But it's fun as well. You got anything, Gavin?
It's goofy. Overcooked. If you haven't played that, I guess it could be stressful if you're the type of people who want a 3-star every level, which I am. It's the second my wife and I got the final 3rd star in that game, I uninstalled it and never reinstalled again. So I'm probably not giving you the best pitch for
never look back.
Not stressful, but it's actually a ton of fun. It's even more fun with non-gamers, playing it if your parents come over or something and just handing them a controller and watching them try to make soup or whatever. It's a good time.
I feel like that's always been a stressful experience for me when I trying to get non-gamers to play it. They I don't know, it doesn't go well.
I've played it once, and one of my friends was trying to optimize, and you cut the onions and you you serve the plates or whatever. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this. I can't. In the same kind of vein, though, there's a game called Moving Out.
Yeah,
that one. Yeah. I think I've played a couple of levels of it, and it's literally just how quick can you move the items in and out of the house into where they go. So it's kind of goofy. I think it's just more time based and working together. It's not anything.
Yeah. I think that one's more casual, because there's less organization. You're just it's goofy. You're throwing couches through windows, and it's a good time. What were you about to say?
Unironically, any of the Borderlands games, they're all available. They're all couch co-op, split screen. They're like looter shooters, but they are there's no competitiveness to them other than I guess trying to stay alive together. But one person can die, it gets immediately revived. If you want something a little different. A lot of the Lego games, so Lego Marvel Superheroes, maybe even that new Lego Batman. I'm not sure if it has the co-op.
I think it does, yeah.
The Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker trilogy that goes through all the movies.
Yeah.
And they all have a sandbox too. They all pretty well have a couch co-op, almost all Lego games.
Yeah.
It's less likely that they have an online co-op. I think only a couple of them ever had online. And then the last one that I thought of was The Escapist 2, but I've never played it.
What's
Ryan,
that?
You said you played it, right?
I've played a good amount. I played the first one too. The second one's co-op. It's weird. It's it's almost like Stardew. Not really. You're trying to escape the prison, but you're just an inmate and your time is your own, but you have to be in certain spots every day. You have to make it to every roll call and go to every lunch, but there's free time. And you can pick up a real job, or you can do jobs for other inmates, and you can raid other people's desks, and you're looking for screwdrivers and nail files, and you have to make a plan for okay, I'm going to go through the vent, but I have to go at night, and I have to cover my cell, and I have to make a fake body under my sheets, and I have to have a screwdriver because I know there's a grate in the way, and then you have to dig through the wall. So you can make a whole crazy escape plan, and it's pretty fun.
Can you just steal the gun's guard and blast your way out?
If you go to the gym every day, you could get really strong and you could punch out a guard and then you could steal his gun. Yeah, that is probably a valid path.
Nice.
But some of them have key cards, so it's you'd have to kill all the guards, and that's not going to work. So it depends. But
challenge accepted.
Sounds fun.
Huh.
Cool. It's pretty cool. I've got kind of an oddball, and it doesn't really fit the criteria, I guess, but I think it's close enough. It's a single-player game, but I think it really works well playing together and passing the controller. And it's that puzzle game Blueprints that came out last year. Because it's all very visual, and you're doing puzzles, and you're got to notice patterns in the house. It's you're trying to find your way through an ever-shifting house, wacky fun house, and you're kind of blueprinting it yourself along the way, but there's so many secrets and puzzles. I think it'd be fun to play with another person.
The joke of the game right there, the name.
Yeah, right.
Blueprints.
But are you doing multiple runs or something in that game, or
it's
some
like a
kind of
change?
Restart mechanic? Or?
Yeah, so it's almost like a roguelite. You have to, every room you enter, you get 3 options of rooms you can draft. You'll get a bedroom or a kitchen or an observatory, and they all have different bonuses or different amounts of exits. And if you ever block yourself in with no way to go deeper in the house, you just start the day over.
Okay.
But there's no like there's no penalty. You don't lose anything, and there's no time limit. So like some days you're trying to get as far as you can. Some days you're like, I'm gonna get a garden today. That's happening because I have a shovel and I need to know what's in the garden. So you really depends on like. As you go through it, you'll have different priorities.
I guess in that same vein, there's like The Witness, and then there's Subliminal is another one I thought of.
Oh, that would
when
be
you were
cool.
talking about that one. That one's just actually cool and trippy.
I haven't played that one yet.
Yeah, it's really neat how you have to like just think about like the perspective changes of like, oh, if I put the ball way back there, then I can like jump on it when I warp the reality, all that kind of wild stuff.
I guess talking about physics, we said this when we were cheating and looking up lists, but Portal 2 is right, like kind of the classic.
Don't know how you would play that today. I guess through a PC would be your
PC.
best
PC,
option,
it's also on Switch.
Oh,
Switch
Portal 2
one.
is? Wow.
Yep.
I didn't realize that.
It's on everything, dude. Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
It's on Xbox.
Nice.
Sweet.
Let's see. Also, I mean, in that vein, like Portal 2 is so popular. If you want something slightly more obscure but still fun and similar, Talos Principle 1 and 2.
Let's go up.
You guys played those games? No, you're right. It's not. That's a pass the controller situation.
Okay.
But it lends itself very well to that because it's like very discrete, like level-based chunks that you can just take pass back and forth.
I mean, if we're going to add that caveat, then if you're in the mood for a movie, but you also want to interact with it, Until Dawn, Man of Medan, any of the Telltale game. If you've not played the Telltale Walking Dead, that was a wonderful experience for my wife and I. And by wonderful, I mean absolutely heart-wrenching, but we saw it together.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
all of that type of stuff, right? Where it's like you can take turns making the decisions, one person controls it, talking about making the choices. A lot of them are going to be like, Until Dawn and stuff. Those are horror games, clearly, but...
Right.
Ooh, or Dispatch in that same vein.
Yeah.
Yep.
So...
Yeah, there's a lot of games like that would be good, like Life is Strange. I don't know.
True, yeah.
So it might be an untapped genre.
Cool. That's all I got.
Thanks for writing in, Emma. Thanks for your question. Keep them coming. We always love hearing from our listeners.
Now for the nice, big, fat, steamy backlog of the week, Gavin.
I feel disgusting. I feel like I need to take a shower before this segment now.
Man, you didn't have to do it like
What
that.
are you trying to say, Matt? All right, so I've been mulling it over, but with all this talk of game show announcements and things from the game shows that we saw this week, really inspired me. It's gonna have to be God of War, the franchise to some extent, but also specifically the Nordic games, or Norse games rather. I played like a couple hours of 2018, and to be honest, I just found the combat really kind of dull. I don't know. There didn't seem to be a lot to it. I cranked up the difficulty, I think, to make it like more engaging, but it just sort of was kind of like the enemies just get a bunch of health, and honestly, I feel like it made me engage with the combat less. So I fell off of that. I'm about halfway through Ragnarok, but I haven't played it in probably 4 or 5 months. So if I'm being real with myself, I don't know if I'm going to finish it, but I want to because I think Kratos is so cool. I think this series seems cool. It's just I kind of missed the PS3 era, and I missed like the late PS2 era. So there was like a lot of time, I guess, where I didn't have a chance to play the God of War games. But yeah, it's a blind spot for me. It's a good backlog. Especially like a good backlog entry, especially in light of the Laufey game coming out, which seems kind of cool. But I probably would need to play the other 2 games before it. So, yeah, what do you guys think?
I definitely think you should get back to playing it, or you should circle back and play it at some point. I think 2018's great. I almost agree though that the combat, not that the combat's not good, but about the difficulty. Pretty sure I played it on normal difficulty, and I think I tried it on a higher difficulty, and I kind of didn't like it as much.
It just sponges them out. It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't really add anything.
The like alterations of not doing the same technique come as you progress through the game because new enemy types are introduced to cause you to have to implement new things.
Did you say how far?
I guess to say light spoilers because you've had so light spoilers for all of it, not necessarily story, but since you've already played so much of Ragnarok, you know that there's another weapon choice.
The Blades of Fury or whatever.
Blades
right?
of Chaos, yeah. So you get those in the 2018 one.
Yeah.
That's like one of the most poignant moments of that entire game. That's really the only tie back, except for one part in Helheim, to the Greek mythology, as far as like not knowing old Kratos and all that stuff. You know probably enough just by growing up that he was a very angry man that killed gods like crazy.
Yeah.
And then now we know he's fled to the Norse realm, and we really don't even know how that happened.
How that works.
We kind of we kind of figure it out in Ragnarok, but
yeah, I also had no experience with the God of War, anything
you
before
hadn't played
2018.
Yeah,
I watched like a YouTube recap to like get familiar, but it didn't matter at all. It couldn't have mattered less, you know.
If anything, people think that maybe the Laufey game will tie it in because she's in the afterlife of the gods. We see the Egyptian God of War and like the Tibetan God of War in the trailer,
right?
And the gameplay they revealed. So, you know, Kratos. The first game is the first original God of War is about Kratos becoming the God of War and taking that throne from Ares, the actual God of War from that mythos. So maybe Ares is going to show up, or all of the other gods he kills throughout his
the entire
run of the Pantheon,
Greek Pantheon, right?
Yeah. It'll be
which would be cool.
Could be interesting.
That sounds hype.
Yeah. So like that's one thing. Like the combat progresses, like more enemies are introduced where you've got to do certain attacks and you unlock certain abilities. They're very 3D Metroidvania inspired in a lot of ways. You can just beeline the main story and you'll get the item you need to continue. But if you're wanting to do the side content, you have to like get the Blades of Chaos because they're imbued with fire versus ice, and so they're what you like throw against the spikes to burn the bramble to progress those paths. And
yeah, it's pretty cool. I feel like the combat it's fun because of that dynamic nature you're talking about. Of like, well, if it's crowd control, you want to use the blades, but if it's like if fire does better on certain things, ice does better on some, or some you want to throw the axe. Sometimes you want to use his arrows, you know, and like, yeah, that kind of is not as fun on the higher difficulty because you don't get to swap as much. You just have to keep hammering. But
yeah,
I would say the open world 3D Metroidvania is like, I feel like not a lot of the fun. I really, really liked like paddling around that big ocean world or like that big area, you know, and just exploring.
With,
and
can't remember his name, the giant world serpent.
Yeah. And you're talking to have the head at that point, right? What's his name?
Mimir.
Yeah, Mimir. So like, doing side content, seeking it out, and they're having their little conversations on the boat, you know, and
like it's open world, but not overwhelming open world, nor is it really required. You just get a lot of bonus stuff, and then Ragnarok gets close to too much, but I don't think it ever crosses into too much. It does make me worried of like what a next game will be, whether it's the Laufey game or the next Kratos game,
right? With
like how they're trending that way, especially with like the open world fatigue. But
yeah.
From a story perspective, though, like especially the 2018 one, it's dealing with so many different things. Like there's like just the heavy like grief is like probably the heaviest thing. Like Kratos is grieving over his wife, Atreus is grieving over his mother. They're like trying to just like navigate this world. Like so they're like also grieving not only the same person together, but like the lives they had have been completely uprooted by the chaos that Baldur just shows up and starts bringing into their lives, where they've had just like kind of a docile life. And that just carries all the way through, and like different elements of that are introduced. Even like the moment of him going to get the blades is like really built up of like, you know, like emotional of like he does not want to touch these things that made him essentially a terrible creature, god person, like a vile, like brutal. He's like completely shifted who he is away from all of that, and like he grabs them and he's scared. And when he's like on the boat going back, Athena starts talking shit in the boat because he goes back alone to do it, and like it's like music from the old games kind of swells in, but you don't even really have to know that to see how like the emotional impact because of the way Christopher Judge acts it out, and it's all acted out and stuff like that.
Seems like playing the other games did help you a lot with the emotional stakes though, because like for me just jumping in, I don't have that context, and I don't feel any emotional attachment to the characters that isn't, you know, earned.
Well,
in the game itself. And I think in 2018, like, isn't the wife already dead or something?
Yeah, she's dead at the beginning.
It's like, why would I care? You know, like they just haven't given me enough reason to care. I feel like, and same with Atreus. Like it's just like, oh, it's just this kid versus because I've been trying for the longest time to figure out like, do I just hate games with kids? And I'm like, no, I actually loved The Last of Us, but like, what was the difference? And I feel like that relationship was earned over the course of gameplay versus
I feel like it earns it in 2018 over time though, because like I don't know. Sorry, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Well, I mean, like Boulder shows up and like uproots everything, but then like their main other objective they keep that pretty much lasts the entire game is going to spread her ashes at the top of the mountain too. So like on their like final like goodbye of saying goodbye to wife and mom too at the same time. Not that you have to have the emotional attachment to her. And playing the other games, you like it doesn't like God of War 3 doesn't end with like Kratos waking up in Norse mythology. The game's just disappeared for damn near a decade, and then the next thing we know, he's in the fucking winter of.
I got
That's where I was about to go. It's like I almost feel like you would kind of mess with your perception of the game if you were trying to figure it out the whole time, because it's almost like meant to be kind of dreamlike. It's like, why is the wife dead? How was the son born? Why is this? How is Kratos here? It's like I don't know. But we're going to the mountain. That's what we're doing. And it's like I don't know.
And then like you find out a lot about her too, of like, oh, she was like a lot bigger of a deal, and this, that, and the other, and then obviously that carries through significantly in Ragnarok.
I don't think she doesn't even exist in like the pre-Norse, right? She's a different wife, isn't she? I could be wrong.
Wait,
I guess.
What do you mean?
In like God of War like 2, he kills his wife or whatever.
Oh yeah. There's that whole thing where like I mean that kind of helps, but Kratos is actually he's Greek, so he's actually an olive-skinned individual. The reason Kratos is so pale is because Ares, I can't remember who it is, like fucked it. Yeah, it was Ares. Fucked his mind up, made him think he was killing a whole bunch of like enemies. He killed essentially his whole fucking Spartan town that he's from, including his own wife and daughter. And then like they cursed or imbued his skin with their ashes. So that's why Kratos is a pale white guy, like actually pale white instead of an olive color, because they like fucking like his skin color is because his ashes of his dead wife and child, his daughter Calliope, are on his skin. So that's a whole thing.
Okay, so he had another family before this.
They don't really build up that emotional thing at any point though in those old God of War games. It's just like, this happened and I'm so enthralled with rage, I'm gonna go to hell to find Ares again and kill him again in hell. Like it's just like early 2000s edgelord.
I don't know. I watched a recap of all the games before I played, and I do think now that we're talking through it, it's like probably did add a little bit. Like it probably does help knowing some of that context. Not that like I don't think it's required, but if you're looking to feel more grounded in the game, in the world, and everything, I don't know. I could see it.
But I don't know. I think the combat. I think there's not any other weapon I can even think of that comes close to being as unique as the Leviathan axe is. Like the way it works, and how well it works, and how long you can let it sit in a way, be away from it, and just some of that stuff. And then still being able to pull in a weapon that at that point was probably damn near 20 years old and make it feel fresh.
Yeah.
With the return of the Blades of Chaos and all of that stuff.
I really like how visceral the combat felt, especially in Ragnarok. That's what got me interested in like the DualSense features and stuff. You just like, you feel every parry, every slash. It feels good.
Yeah. And then when you start looking for like the challenge of both games, like seeking out those Valkyries and stuff,
the Valkyries,
you'll definitely get good feel trying to fight the Valkyries, especially if you do the run and get all the way up to Sigrun. Like you're
it's
definitely
fun hunting them all down.
Teeth.
Did
you
you
do
do
in 2018?
Yeah, 2018.
Okay.
It's like it's post game content. There's there's like the 10 Valkyries and then the Valkyrie Queen Sigrun.
And then in Ragnarok there's the Berserkers and then the main Berserker.
Yep.
And then there's actually like the penultimate final secret boss thing is like the final Valkyrie.
Right.
That's not Sigrun. Yeah. So.
And then there's also like that roguelite.
But
it's
what?
There's like a mode.
Never mind. I'm thinking of the Metroidvania game that just came out. Sons of Sparta. I was like, I platinumed it. It's not.
They added a roguelite mode to Ragnarok at post game for free. It's like a patch, and it's pretty cool. It's like a separate realm you go to. and it's like every time you go in, you have a amount of time in the fog, and like you have to fight your way through, and you get stronger and better, and the enemies get crazier, and it's like it's pretty fun.
That sounds fun.
And then there's like a penultimate boss of that, and like fighting it multiple times is essentially what led everyone to know that we were going to be seeing other mythos for sure in future games in some capacity.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. You've given me a lot to mull over. So with 2018 though, for both of you guys, you'd say it was really the narrative that kind of like pulled you through it.
I mean, I think
I
it's
don't know.
both.
It's a rare game for me where I would probably say it's really both. Like I wouldn't really pinpoint either one.
It kind of hits in the middle of my little 3-piece Venn diagram or whatever. Gameplay, story, and fidelity, like visual.
Yeah.
Now it's a little bit antiquated.
That's a good
but
way.
It's still
to,
not. It's still not like ugly by any means. It's 2018 versus 2026.
I don't know that it's like the best of any of those categories, but it's rare to find something that hits like
all of those.
All of them at like a 9.5
well.
or 9 out of 10 or something. It's like all of those hit very well. I don't know, and like I don't know. I normally don't get super gripped by video game stories. I feel like I fall off them a lot easier than other people, I feel like. And it's really good by the end of it. They're good at like cinematic sequences, like when he gets the blades, like you're talking about. There's like several of those throughout the game where it's like really poignant.
With a G.
With a
Poignant.
G. Poignant. But yeah, I think it hits in both ways.
I do love the set pieces and like the crazy boss battles and stuff. Like that part definitely hooked me. I think it would be, people would probably say I shouldn't be playing Ragnarok without playing 2018, but probably the move is to finish that game first since I'm already halfway through it. And then, maybe I'll go back to 2018 after.
Yeah, it's weird because there is a lot of those like poignant moments and stuff like that. And if you finish Ragnarok, are completely 100% wiped, ruined. I mean, to be honest with you, just starting Ragnarok to some degree really kind of kills a huge portion of the back like third of that game. So that's what gets really weird with that. So
oops.
I don't know what I would recommend in your case.
Also, you didn't get to live in like the mystery. Of between, we knew pretty quick we were getting another one.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff at the end of the.
What we were gonna wake up to the day of release of Ragnarok.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, like I mean, at the end of 2018, there's some very like cryptic, like almost mythological, like but like the way it's like teased what's gonna happen next is like very cool. And when the trailers came out for Ragnarok, it was like insane. I was so excited. I don't know.
I will say Ragnarok does boss fights better.
Yeah,
all the fights with Baldur are really good. There's like 2 other boss fights really in 2018. One's pretty good and one's meh, I feel like. Which that's a weird thing because that's been one of God of War's like super strong suits, is these crazy bombastic brutal boss fights pre 2018, but it's not a deal breaker. They're just better in Ragnarok too. That's the other thing is like Ragnarok, if you have issues going back and playing the not better version from the gameplay, because obviously that's going to be refined in the later game, there's going to be just some abilities or some things that just aren't there because they either didn't have time to make them or they have to save stuff for sequels. I do believe that companies like hold mechanics for the next game in a lot of cases.
How much do you remember from Ragnarok?
I mean, I know that like the kid is spoilers, is like a giant or whatever, but like it doesn't mean anything. Like I haven't seen him do anything cool. I don't know.
Yeah,
I know that's probably the big piece.
That is
a piece. These, like
that's a component for sure.
Dwarven guys or something helping you out, or
Brock and Sindri, man.
Yeah, they're cool.
Oh man,
they're in the first game.
They're big in the first game. Yeah,
understanding the giant stuff is definitely more in the first. It's in both, but a lot of it is in the first game too, I think.
But like, help me understand like why that is a high impact piece of narrative. Like I haven't seen him do anything with that. I don't know, is it just like the intrigue portion of it, like I don't know what that really means, or
it's a little bit of intrigue. It's what the weirdest thing is they use the term giants and talk about giants, but none of it has been shown to be giants to what we know and think of giants. Like It's not like I'm fucking going up a beanstalk and finding an 18-foot tall man.
Oh, is it like metaphorical or something?
Like, it's very metaphorical so far. Unless there's like some abilities or something that happen in some form or fashion.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when you find out at the end of 2018, I think you do, right? That's like one of the last things you. I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit of intrigue. It's a little bit of like finding out you're adopted almost or something. You know,
I think the intrigue is like you find out the other name that a character would go by from a mythos perspective at the end of 2018.
Oh, yeah.
That actually is a pretty big, like, where the hell is this going to go?
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, exactly.
And they touch on it in Ragnarok, but, so.
Did you guys, like...
But Ragnarok is not the better game for me a lot because of, like, the Atreus sections. The Angerboda, which are the Angerboda sections. I just thought that just bogged it down.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, they're trying to do, but it just kind of bogged it down. It's hard to go you don't play as Atreus ever in 2018, do you?
I don't think so, no.
So, yeah, but you actually play as him several times, forced times in Ragnarok, and it's just hard to go from Kratos to
I think that's probably where I left off in Ragnarok, was like right after a big Atreus section.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah. So there's other stuff that I just but yeah. So you've met Freya.
I did. Yeah. That was an Atreus section. Well, I mean, I guess she's made appearances already, right? But then he like goes off on a little mission to go talk to her and be like, hey, what's your deal? You know?
Yeah, she's like a major character of the first game.
Okay.
Like a lot of story stuff. Why she's the way she is in the second game, we already know it. They clearly know it, right? But like what happens and causes it and all that stuff happens in the back half of 2018.
I see. I guess to some extent it would help to be familiar with the Norse mythology. So like you guys actually
you could watch
who Loki is and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that would make more sense. Yeah, I don't really know a lot about Norse mythology. So.
Yeah, and so the one thing is, I'm not a huge high fantasy guy, and these games got me locked in. So it's, I guess, to some degree, a compliment from me.
Yeah.
Two, there's also just something to be said about the complete, in some ways, 180 of like what the games were. Even though I've not played all of the old God of War games, I played just like the 3 mainline entries, none of the sides and all that stuff, right? And then like to go to like this complete tonal shift, but still keep a lot of like the crunchy combat and the like brutal combat and stuff like that. To some degree, I do think they could be more brutal, but there's also all the stuff of like there's even more stuff. And you fought the annoying little bitch ass fucking god yet in Ragnarok? Did you fight him yet?
I think so.
The fast dude, Heimdall, Heine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a lot of that, like of him like there's a lot of like Kratos clearly showing constraint, like forcing himself to show constraint.
Yeah, okay.
And even Mimir's like, don't do it, brother. You know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I at least think for like this, there's no reason to like try and stress out and go back and play the old ones, watch a 30-minute YouTube video, call it good.
Okay.
But I think blasting through these, and then also now since they've said the Louvet or whatever, runs with the 2 games.
Yeah, that's what's got me thinking about it, because I was kind of excited that maybe this is like a fresh start, you know, just because they're just clearly a very, very talented studio. But seems like this game will hit more if you are familiar with the backstory of the first 2 games. So
at the same time, I could see them leaning into like I'm a mother that's woken up unexpectedly in this realm of the gods, unexpectedly to some degree. I immediately, within the first hour of being here, managed to ethereally see my husband from what they revealed in the trailer. Is there some connection I can have? They're going to probably lead in like the mom-son separation thing too. So like,
as long as I don't have to see his bitch ass, that's fine with me.
So, who knows from that perspective?
Yeah, I don't know.
But I vote, do it.
Yep.
Okay.
I vote
Are you on
play.
board?
Yeah.
All right.
I vote just right off Ragnarok for big. Play
I think right
2018.
off Ragnarok. I'm on
For
play
real?
2018.
Just go back and play 2018.
I
okay.
think so.
It'd
Yeah.
be like the weirdest non-linear
Unfortunately.
storytelling
Yeah,
ever.
in fact, just if because it's so spongy, just bust that shit out on fucking like easy and just be a crazy monster, run through it.
You know, that's
You
what I
don't-
need to do is give myself permission to put a game on
You
easy.
don't- yeah,
Like,
no one's.
I'm in my 30s,
Yeah.
damn it.
You're already married, and I tell you what, I guarantee you, without even knowing much about your personal life like this, if you looked at your wife and said, "I just beat God of War 2018 on the hardest difficulty," she's not gonna
She'd
immediately
say,
put her hair.
"What are
in
you,
a
a bitch or
ponytail.
something?"
And- you know,
I'd be sleeping on the couch for weeks, man.
yeah, it's I don't walk upstairs and go, guess how many trophies I have now on the PlayStation. I've got over 150 platinums there.
That is crazy.
He does know the number though.
Real quick though, that's crazy. 150 platinums is insane.
Yeah, you guys care more. We'll make out after this. Ariel doesn't care at all.
Turn these mics off. I'm excited.
So yeah, perfectly
I think
fine.
that playing on easy would be good. Yeah, it makes sense to me.
I mean, I do that with stuff. But my games that I don't want difficult, that I want the way they're supposed to be, I don't want difficulty options in a From Software game. Accessibility from like color blind mode, stuff like that, 100%. Maybe those kinds of things that address like true issues. But
Preach it, brother.
I don't need.
How about that Liza P difficulty
Yeah.
mode? What do you think about
It's
that?
a weird one, man.
Was there a difficulty
Weird
slider?
They added it post game like very recently.
Right,
Actually,
I think
Oh.
after the Overture DLC, even.
Oh wow.
they just like added an easy mode. Yeah,
But yeah,
I don't know. That's a whole can of worms. Maybe
Yeah,
we should save that
yeah,
discussion
yeah.
for another day.
cool. Well,
All right.
That wraps it up. Super long episode. Not going to be our regular shtick. It's just that's what happens with these types of announcement seasons. So feel free to write us at my.buddies.backlog@gmail.com. Listener mail. Or Emma, keep it up. We'll keep reading them if you keep writing them. And you can also interact with us on the social media platforms at My Buddies Backlog on pretty much anything you can imagine except for Truth Social. I've probably made that joke before, but I just want to remind you that we will not be joining that platform. Ryan and I are scheming on some more content, and we're all discussing trying to figure out actually getting onto this whole Twitch train, both individually in some cases and together. Make Gavin make a little pee-pee in his pants with us watching.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah. So with that, we'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.
Thanks.
See you guys.